Welcome back to another episode of the Ratchet Ramblings podcast presented to you by the CSPN. I'm one third of your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante, aka Nigga Mort, and we got this gonna be a long episode, so I ain't even got a lot of AKAs. Let's just get to it. And my friends and my co-hosts.
Yeah, it's me, London's mother. You know me as Candace, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's London and Mommy. But don't follow me if you're a weirdo. Thank you so much.
Correct. And the third member of our team.
What's up, y'all? Trilificent, aka Curtis, aka Kunlof, aka your favorite gay advocate of the Give That Monkey a hashtag Good Rinse movement. And I'm glad that I'm here with you guys. We have a lot of hashtag content to get through. So, quick reminder, you guys, again, use the hashtag Ratchet Ramblings Pod when you're talking about the show so we can see what y'all have to say. And Jeremy pay the bill so we can get into it.
All right, you are listening to a CSPN Media podcast presentation. Go to our website, cspn.us, and click that Ratchet Ramblings tab and listen to all of our episodes thus far. And if you like what the hell we got to say in these jokes that's going to fly about these reality TV people that be consistently looking the fuck stupid, mosey on over to that Keep Our Podcast Free tab on the right side of our website. Shop with all of our many sponsors from Amazon, Busted Tees, Wink Wine Co., it is of no extra cost to you. All it does is give our boss man and CEO Classic a portion of the brick to keep the lights on, to pay for bandwidth, keep this show and all of our other wonderful shows on the CSPN free, so you won't have to pay to listen to my country ass sound like.
Van, a
Uh,
bag of vans,
Mm.
mm,
a
damn.
bag, a bag of used up neck bones.
Uh, Fair.
Mm.
That's fair.
A
That's fair.
Tupperware of leftover greens water.
Smelling like feet.
All right.
But
All right.
so before we get started, happy Pride Month
Happy
to
Yeah.
Pride.
LGBTQ community.
Happy
I
Pride.
can't wait to see all of the great pictures that will be taking place at Pride celebrations across the nation and the globe and all of that good stuff. We here at Ratchet Ramblings, as you know, we love our LGBTQ community.
Come on, sound effects.
Right? Mm, That was I don't I think that was all script.
Sorry, goddamn phone started ringing. Everything tied together when you're an Apple lover. Uh,
Tis true.
but Curtis, you do anything for Pride Month?
I haven't figured that out quite yet because it's also my birthday coming up, so something will be happening, but I don't know what just yet.
Curtis, are you a Gemini?
Yeah.
Holy shit. You might be one of the first Geminis I actually like. That's how I know sometimes a lot of this astrology shit don't be what we say it is, because you are a great person. Like, I very rarely get like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde from you. Like, I get my saying Curtis all the time. Like, I don't
Listen.
get none of that weird switch up shit that they say Geminis do.
And
So yeah.
I'm on like I said on the last show, I thought I said it on here, about people using incorrect terminology when they talking about Geminis. Like, just because
Yeah,
you
you
might
did.
have run in with somebody that you don't like, and more than likely you probably did something to them that made them quote unquote switch it up. That's not being bipolar. That's a real mental illness. Please let's stop using terms that are real illnesses to talk about some zodiac stuff. Like, I know some of y'all are very deep into it, but even then, it's not the same as a mental illness. Like that, that rhetoric is tired and
Oh
trash.
yeah, I don't care for that at all. But this is groundbreaking because I do know some Geminis, and I typically do not like them. Like, seriously, Like they are kind of, trash, but again, they're straight men, so that's that.
Oh well, that's a different beast. No matter what the zodiac, no matter what the zip code is, like
Right.
That's what that is. But
yeah.
yeah.
So happy Gemini season to all my fellow Geminis. Don't let the haters get you down. And it's always funny because you never really see Geminis like talk about other people's zodiac, but every other zodiac is anyway.
I'm not a
I'm not a heavy zodiac person, but I'm observant. I make the
I
observations.
didn't mean to get us off track anyways, but yeah, most
Oh, yeah,
people
no,
who
okay.
real heavy into astrology, like it's the surface level shit, and most times they be wrong because it be shit that like applies to most human beings. Like, boy, Pisces know they love to breathe air. Like, shut the fuck up. Child.
Candace, you are doing this.
They be like, child, one thing about a Cancer, we can't stand a liar. Who can?
Right.
Like, so it be shit like that. So that's why I've learned to like laugh at the shit and move on. Because if you get truly deep into a lot of the zodiac stuff, it's not that surface level stuff. Child,
Right.
London done went down there and knocked on my mother's door and told her to get her ass up. Wake up, wake up, wake up out of your sleep, girl. But so yeah. Yeah, so it's Pride Month. I just want to remind y'all to leave the LGBTQ community alone. Let them celebrate Pride Month as wildly and freely as they want to. Nobody needs your opinions on how they celebrate, who they celebrate, when they celebrate. Shut the fuck up and go do straight people things if and mind your business.
And remember that there is no such thing as straight Pride Month because there's no need for it.
Yeah, because straight people are always celebrating how they, about them throwing their genitals every fucking where.
Yep.
So.
I would just like to add one thing to that. Also, straight people, cishet people, for Pride Month and really every day and every month, to be perfectly honest. If you do genuinely want to unlearn and stop having fucked up quote unquote opinions and views for Pride Month and again every day going forward. Do that on your own time and stop demanding that LGBTQ people explain to you why your views and opinions are fucked up. And be an adult and do the work on your own.
Mm-hmm. And stop giving yourself the title of an ally. It's not your job to do. And if you want to go back, you can go back to Curtis' podcast, The Gay Side Stories. He has a beautiful episode on allyship that Jeremy and I were on, and we discussed what it means to be an ally. And one of the things we spoke staunchly against is labeling yourself as an ally. That is the right and the choice of the people of the marginalized group, not you, weirdo.
Correct. And just for reference, that is episode number 28. What else we got on the pre docket?
So Princess Love and Ray J had their daughter.
Yeah, and that was nice.
Gorgeous baby. And one of the things I saw, like, so they posted their first family picture, and women were in the comments like, I thought she had the baby. Why she still look pregnant? And that really infuriated me because it goes back to this weird snapback culture that we put on women after they have babies, this pressure to snap back to your original body, get hella fine. Meanwhile, we don't focus on their overall health. And let me just say, if you don't know very much about the ins and outs and the workings of pregnancy, just shut up. Like, truly, just shut up. Because what happens in that 9 months is that baby grows is all our internal organs get shifted about.
Yep.
So your intestine get pushed back, your stomach get pushed up, your everything. So it takes weeks for all of that stuff to come back to where it's supposed to be. So yes, the average woman does still very much so look pregnant after she's had a baby. Yes, she does.
Yep. I will add to that. Congratulations, and
Hopefully, stop Ray J from cheating.
doubtful, but I'm glad you said that because I did laugh at a comment that I saw someone say when they looked at the picture and Ray J has put on some pounds and they were like, "Damn, did Ray J have the baby?" I laughed.
So
I had a chuckle.
To my knowledge, like a lot of people say that men gain a lot of pregnancy weight because when the women that they have pregnant, I'm not just saying wives because that's weird, but their partners or people that chose to have a baby with or whatever circumstance it may be, they do a lot of eating with the pregnant woman,
right?
And end up packing on the pounds. However,
but he had already started packing on the pounds before.
He had already started getting fat, so there's that. And then Serena did a shoot with Harper's Bazaar, and she talked about how she went through postpartum depression really bad, and how how healthcare in America needs to do a better job of handling Black women because Serena almost lost her life during childbirth.
Yes.
And after having baby Alexis, what's
Olympia.
the baby? Baby Olympia. Yeah, her husband's name is Alexis, I think. So and then she was saying how the medical professionals don't help women prepare for postpartum depression, and it's pretty much like the fourth trimester because it just really hits after you have a baby. And so shout out to Serena for that. I think we have to remove the stigma from postpartum depression and stop making women feel ashamed to talk about it because we have this notion that motherhood and new childbirth is the most magical, rainbow-tastic, beautiful, glamorous thing to ever happen, and you should be so blessed that you went through it. That's just not true. It's just a lot having a new baby and taking into account childbirth. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, the minute you have a baby, they plop that baby right on your chest so you can start being a mother. After you done went through hours and hours of labor, pushing, having a C-section, they like, okay, the baby hungry, feed him. Like you, the baby born, and you starting your work as a mother. So that's kind of what that is.
Literally. And I don't have anything to add to that because I am not a baby. I am not capable of giving birth. But shout out to women who are, and I hope that does change because it's absolutely ridiculous that in 2017, 2018, somebody like Serena or really any woman can almost lose their life from giving birth. And if I remember correctly, part of the story was like there was something going on with her and she was like trying to tell them and they weren't listening.
Yeah, so she said she's prone. She has a condition where she developed blood clots.
Yes, that's what it is.
And she was telling them that she was feeling all the symptoms of clotting because I'm guessing, when you are having blood clots, especially when they're traveling up to your lungs, your breathing gets erratic and you in pain. And they were ignoring her, trying to just give her some pain medication. And finally, she was starting to go into some type of arrest or something. And then they called it just in the nick of time. And so it's just like, I know I said it on Twitter the other day, and so many women hopped in my mentions was like, I've always had to get a second opinion as a Black woman because I always have had a doctor that says, "Oh, there's nothing really wrong with you." They get a second opinion, and something is really wrong with them.
Yeah. So I agree.
Listen, but again, it always comes back to listen to Black women. Like, learn to start listening to Black women. Like, if you spend all these years in your body and you gonna tell somebody that what they feeling is not a thing. Like we all know this, like men or women, we all know this, like to be feeling amazing when we like health wise feeling our normal selves, and then it just starts to plummet, and something is wrong. And the doctor said, "Oh, I mean, well, maybe if you lose 20 pounds, you'll be okay." Bitch, what?
Yep. And
So
sometimes
yeah,
that is valid, but at the same time,
it
don't
might not
just,
be.
it might not be, and don't just dismiss what I have to say. That's just like, I mean, it's not on the same scale, but a example, I used to get ear infections real bad, and I have a new respect for children and babies that get ear infections because that shit is painful.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And getting them as an adult, and your body's like, oh, bitch, fuck everything. And I used to get them real bad, and they would always try to prescribe what's the basic antibiotic?
amoxicillin.
Yeah, amoxicillin. My body is like, bitch, what is this, Skittles? And so when I realized they would prescribe me amoxicillin, I would have to go back and be like, this shit is not working. I need something better. And then they would give me like a Z pack. So after that, I started going in and saying, I need the Z pack. No, we'll just give you the amoxicillin. I'm like, I told you when I got here, amoxicillin does not work for me. Give me the fucking Z pack. Give me what I'm telling you. I know what works for my body. I know you're a medical professional, but you just
I
met
and I
me
just
three
have
minutes
a
ago.
problem. Yeah, so like what I can say is right now the network of doctors that London and Mike and I have, they listen very well and they look at medical history. You look at medical history and they supposed to look at your medical history and say, damn, Curtis was in here 6 months ago with an ear infection and we had to end up giving him a Z pack. Give him the fucking Z pack. It ain't
Right.
costing me
Right.
no money. I'm paying for the shit.
Exactly. Like you don't want like what is it going to mean to you to to prescribe the Z pack versus the amoxicillin? So anyway, I say all that to say that it is something that, and I think black women are at the top of the list because you know that a lot of that goes into this myth that black people are superhuman and
Right.
you have higher pain
Threshold.
tolerances and all that kind of bullshit. So it
Right.
definitely is still a struggle. But anyway, because like I
But
said,
yeah.
we still have a lot to get through.
So
Um,
we
con- I was gonna say real quick, keeping up with the congratulations. Congratulations to Rod and Karen from the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. They have a live show coming up in September, and I believe they sold out the VIP tickets in less than 2 weeks. I bought 2 tickets when it went on sale, not even knowing if I would be able to go. I think I will be. And so Bree and I will be in Charlotte in September
shout
to
out
see
to
that live show.
her old pretty self. Hey Bree.
Yes,
Yes.
bad bitch teens.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, shout out to Rod and Karen. Rod was on and I couldn't make it on because London was really under the weather. So but yep, Rod has been a huge supporter of Ratchet Ramblings from the start.
And a
Even when he was
podcast podfather as
yeah,
well.
yeah, he's definitely an OG in the podcast world, and I really like Rod because he is well Rod and Karen, but Rod specifically with Ratchet Ramblings because he always embraces new podcasters. Like he doesn't have that weird era of well, I've been in the game for a while, don't talk to me. Like so, shout out to
Right.
Rod and Karen. Here's to an amazing sold out live show. Um, yeah.
indeed.
So we last week we didn't get a chance to do it. We forgot about it. We Jeremy had bad nigga things to do.
Mm,
Uh, the nigga's social life is climbing up out the ladder. It's he up here and we down here.
Wow. Friends.
Niggas the lead singer total and we just the bitches in the
yeah.
background
He
diddy
on
bopping.
his Dina Jones,
Yeah.
You be your own niggas.
Diana Ross, and the niggas in the back.
Correct. Um but we did not get a chance to drag Bravo Andy
Yes.
and
Bravo
And,
Andy girl, fuck you.
with
and
his coward ass.
and we couldn't let it slide 2 weeks in a row.
Well, because it's right on brand for our show. So real quick before we get into that, because I think that'll launch us into um and it probably applies to this as well. Actually, I think it does, but my PSA for this week is a reminder that being held accountable for your actions is not the same as being oppressed.
Correct.
So,
Or
Bravo,
being bullied.
or being bullied. Yeah, all of that, whatever form of oppression. So, with that being said, Bravo, Andy, well, fuck you.
Fuck you, Andy.
Fuck you.
So, if you guys don't know, Bravo Andy went on some show. He was
went
doing
on
an interview.
Breakfast Club.
That was.
Oh, it was a Breakfast Club?
I don't subscribe to that. So,
Yeah,
but
he went on
anyway,
Breakfast Club.
so he went on the Breakfast Club and basically fixed his non-existent lips
thin
to
white
say that he felt bad that about what happened during the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, and it was like 6-on-1 against Kim, and when he went in the bathroom, he didn't know he was being filmed, and he doesn't like to see someone get bullied like that, and he wishes he would have got up and walked away.
And so he said that Kim didn't have a chance to defend herself. Bravo.
I'm like, again, Andy, real quick, let me say this, Andy, you should know better than anyone that beautiful bean footage is available. We watched the whole thing, and everything you just said was a whole white lie.
Well, okay, I watched the whole interview because I think what was floating around was snippets, like they chopped and screwed the snippets. So when Andy said he should have got up and walked out, so he said he should have just did it for dramatic effect. He didn't say he should have did it because they was bullying up on Kim. Because when I first watched the snippet I saw, I was like, this weak bitch.
Right, we all did in the group chat. We all did.
So then I found the full length clip, and he said like he felt like he had lost control of the reunion, and then he was like he should have just got up and walked out as dramatic effect to regain control of it. And then,
okay,
but and I was like, that still wouldn't have worked.
And like, that's still not what was happening.
Kim was gonna get red regardless. I don't think Andy lost control of the show. You specifically brought Kim out to defend the things that she said and did on the show all season long,
and she could not.
She caught her issue, and so then they asked him about her comment. Jesus Christ! Then they asked her about her comment with about Kim saying racism didn't exist until social media. And that's the part that really annoyed me, is that he backpedaled talking about Kim just isn't good at expressing herself. What I think she was trying to say is that social media blows up the things that you say more than they would if there was no social media. Well, duh, bitch. That's the whole
That's what it's for. Media. What are you even saying?
It's to deliver a message that otherwise would take long periods of time to get to the masses. So he's like, I don't think she meant it like that. I just think she meant that social media blows things out of proportion. And I was like, you set your tooth built ass in that bathroom and said that Kim brought nothing positive to the show all season long. So I'm so confused on you doing an interview backpedaling on all of this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's that white victimhood solidarity, because it's like there's in no way, shape, form, or fashion was Kim bullied, ganged up on. Everybody that she talked shit about for the whole season, and like Curtis said, we saw the beautiful bean footage,
which was literally everybody but Sheree.
But Sambo Sheree got in Kim ass. Like, she legit got into it with everybody. Cynthia, Portia, Candy, Nene, all the girls. Well, except for Eva. But Eva, I don't think Eva was in any scenes with her though. But Eva still.
Real quick, shout out to Eva. It looks like she officially got her peach, so we'll see her next season. Okay, continue.
Yes. Sheree died so Eva could live.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm here for it because, again, fuck you, Sambo, by Sheree. But still, like, that wasn't a ganging up. Like, she got, like, one of Candace's...
The story of Chateau Sheree.
Story of Sheree.
God damn it, Candace.
Spring, summer.
But the story of summer.
It's gonna
That's
be
gonna be her
social.
mixtape.
It's gonna be a social wear summer.
That's gonna be the name of her mixtape. 4S. Spring, summer, September, Sheree.
But God, I hate y'all so much. But to quote Candace, she got what her hand called for. So for Andy to backpedal like that, we was all in the group chat like Andy, what fuck you.
Like I get and that's the thing, like, and I'm actually kind of glad that this happened because it was a gentle reminder to us to not give Bravo Andy too much, because at the end of the day he's still gonna throw the black women under the bus in some form of fashion.
Right, because I think that same day that we saw it, Nene got her ass on Twitter and was like, no, bitch.
Yeah, like she got exactly what she asked for. And it's like, it's not bullying and it's not nobody's fault that you picked an issue with multiple people and it's all going to be addressed at one time, because that's the fucking point of the reunion.
So one, she wasn't ganged up on.
And
the people that she talked shit about checked her.
Exactly.
So that was Nene, Candy, and Cynthia. 3 people. Oh, and Kenya.
And
4
Kenya.
people.
Yeah, and Kenya.
And Kenya, and listen, Kenya wasn't even as nasty as she could have been. Kenya was just like, you are beefing with me because you did not mind your business.
And that's literally what the fuck happened.
And that's exactly, and Kenya was like, me and Sheree, which anybody who watched the last 2 seasons saw, Sheree and Kenya had been trading jabs back and forth about their houses. Like, it had become a playful thing amongst them. So, and she's like, you should have just shut the fuck up and ate your food.
Yep. So this is why I started this off by saying, just because you being held accountable, that does not mean you being bullied.
And the other part is why I feel like Andy full of shit. Andy, bitch, you had them rolling back the cameras every time Kim got caught in a lie.
Every time.
Literally.
Even when he went in the bathroom.
And then even Andy was on the couch like, but Kim, you said this. You said it. So I was just kind of...
You didn't have anything positive to film.
It just kind of reminded me that white people will always protect their own.
Oh yeah, watch whiteness work, like DeRay says.
Yeah,
like for a moment in time, listening to that interview, I totally forgot Andy was a gay man. Like I was just like, and then like just all the comments about these black women need to. Nobody else will sit on this couch full of black women and go through this, and I was like, girl, fuck you.
Why do they need, whatever? Fuck Andy, backpedaling like he at the fucking NFL Columbine shit. Fuck him.
Remember when that one dude was at the Columbine, his wee fell out the shorts?
I remember that because straight men on Twitter lost their goddamn.
Vivid.
Or when that one
compression shorts,
or when one of them was super thick and the announcer was like, "Look at that round butt." I was like, "Okay, what is happening?" But then that's a whole other thing. We don't need to go down that route. So in keeping with the same vein of white people are trash, Rachel Dolezal is apparently facing felony theft charges for welfare fraud. And
so the one thing I want to say about that is if the welfare offices across America went and did an investigation into white households that receive food stamps and government assistance, they find a lot more fraud.
Yeah. I mean, the statistics already say that the number one recipients of welfare are white people, because it's a whole lot of y'all broke asses in this country. And the number one group of people that are fraudulently getting it are white people. It's not us. It's white people. But apparently she was getting welfare for like 2 years, while after her blow up into celebrity status. And I believe the report says she deposited like $83,000 in checks and stuff over that time period, and she got like $100 in childcare assistance. and wasn't reporting any of this stuff. And that probably doesn't include however much money she was getting doing people hair in her house. So they
unlicensed at that.
yeah, unlicensed. So
you got to be a cold bitch to let a white woman do her hair in your kitchen.
Yeah, and apparently she changed her name. I don't know what she changed her name to.
Her name is like Catchy something.
Yeah, she stole an actual, because that's an actual black woman's name, and she adopted that.
Wow. So the only thing I want to say about this, other than I hope that they have their proof and they throw her ass in jail, is to all of the people, specifically the black people who got up on Beyonce's internet and cracked their knuckles to type that Rachel Dolezal has done more for the black community than some black people. Where y'all at? What y'all got to say now?
Mm-hmm.
Where y'all at?
Batteries Plus.
Is this your queen?
Yeah, that's that queen with that dry ass synthetic wig on.
And that obviously white face and neck.
Jackie Christie rings around her fucking neck.
Mm-hmm. But they a little puffy. They like they've been in the oven for too long. They not.
I really just don't understand black people, period, going up for this woman at all.
At all.
Like,
I think at the time me and Bianca, before her transition, we talked about it at the time. Black people, because if you remember, like that story broke right around the time that Caitlyn announced her transition, and a lot of black people's transphobia popped up because they was like, well, if and of course they were misgendering her, but if Caitlyn could be Caitlyn, then why can't Rachel be transracial? It's like, y'all don't understand, don't care to understand, have so much disdain for trans people that you would go up for this scamming ass bitch who literally got caught scamming and lying and faking hate crimes. Y'all would be so transphobic as to go up for her with no receipts.
Correct.
And it's like,
why y'all want to bring people into blackness, but we can't, nobody is welcoming us into their race. So shut the fuck up. White people not gonna be like, oh yeah, you are. Oh, you think you're white? Come on over here, Tyrone. We don't care what color your skin is. You're one of us. That's not how the world works.
Come on over here, Lakeisha. We open you with welcome arms.
Any other race, ethnicity, for the most part, they're not welcoming black. Everybody is anti-black. So correct. No, it's bullshit.
Pilfer from our culture,
right? So yeah, it's bullshit that we're gonna sit here and be like, yeah, you can be transracial, and we have to be the ones to accept it. Fuck that. Let her ass go be Latino or something else.
Everybody want to be black, but nobody want to be black.
Mm-hmm.
They like black people, but they love our music. They love our fashion. They love fucking our athletes. They love stealing
our food.
They love our house. They love ghetto culture. They love ghetto culture, and then trying to rebrand it and reword it and shit like that. Like it was just really a weird time period for me. And again, I had no problem with Rachel Dolezal Nkecha Felony. That's her Felony, wanting to be an ally for black people, but you could have done everything that she did. She could have done as a white woman.
Right, and that's why
she could have screwed black men as a white woman. They would have welcomed her more, because niggas love nothing more than big upping a white woman who likes having black men and black babies. So it was just like everything she did, she could have did as a white woman and who she is, and gotten the same results, and probably still have that job with the NAACP.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you do the clownery.
Mm-hmm.
Because she lost everything. Like she went from making probably six figures at the NAACP to doing hair out her kitchen.
Yep.
And frauding for welfare.
Yeah, I would also like to say that Rachel Dolezal looks like the Undertaker and some Bantu knots, but that's neither here nor there.
She looks like a chicken cutlet. with no seasoning on it.
Also true, and as well. Yes.
Which no, she looked like a chicken color in the face. If you sprinkle a little pepper with those fake freckles, she'd be gone.
You know what she looked like?
Blood a pepper.
You know what Rachel Dolezal looked like? She looks like that one jar of pig feet that's been in your granny pantry for the past 20 years.
Mm. You know what?
Pickled pig feet.
Yeah.
Pickled Dolezal.
Well, that's one that might be the show title.
God damn it. Fuck y'all.
Right next to the pickled Keely.
No, we don't. Keely is smoked.
Right.
But speaking of,
let's get into this because we have a lot of ground to cover. But we're gonna start with the lightest. So let's finally, listeners. I don't know if anybody asked for it, but you're getting it anyway. We are going to officially start covering Real Housewives of Potomac because it is a dramatic light-skinned mess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not too much happening, so this is probably going to be a Monique drag fest, and I'm here for it.
Yes, we were talking about accountability, and Monique is. Let me say this: the laws on drinking and driving are very clear from state to state, and so whether you had 2 martinis or 4 martinis, if the police would have stopped you, made you blow a breathalyzer, you probably would be going to jail.
Yes.
Because I know at one point in time, the legal limit for a DUI was 0.1, but a lot of states have dropped it down to 0.8 now.
Yep, 0.08.
You blow a 0.08, you're going to jail.
Yep, that's a DUI.
And I don't drink martinis, so I really didn't know what was in them, but prior to the show, while we pregame, I Googled it, and the recipe for it is a good martini. It says 3 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of vermouth, which is wine, and some olives. Girl, that's a cup of fucking liquor.
Yeah. Martinis are strong as fuck.
That is
apple martini. It don't matter what kind of martini. Them bitches are strong.
She said she had 2, so you basically had a cup of vodka and some wine. And 6 olives.
Yeah.
Baby, you could have easily blew that 0.8 off 2 martinis.
Easily.
On
this thing, you're saying I was drinking and driving. You're trying to ruin my reputation. You were
drinking and driving. You were. That's literally what you did.
Right, that's what the fuck happened.
Martinis, got in your car and drove home and fell in and crashed into a ditch. You were drinking and driving. She's like, I know, I was exhausted. I'm literally just always ripping and running and doing this, that, and the third. Well, sweetheart, I have some news for you. Drinking while you're already exhausted does what? Further exhaustion.
Exactly.
Most people, when they're exhausted, drink a Red Bull. You took 2 martinis to the head.
Yeah.
Right.
You were drinking and driving. Own that.
Own it. And that's because that's 100% what you did. It's on you. And it doesn't matter how you try to spin it or offer up excuses. The fact of the matter is, you were not drinking water. You were drinking martinis. You got in that car and you crashed, and you lucky that it wasn't worse.
Correct.
Because remember, she was like, I woke up and I was in a ditch. So not only did you crash into the ditch, you crashed into the ditch and stayed asleep. It wasn't even enough to wake you up out your sleep.
Right.
Like, girl, you was a little drunk. You got to own that.
You got to own that.
Right. You have to walk in your truth. And the truth was that you were drinking and driving. Like, you're going to mess up my reputation, girl. You messed up your reputation.
Yeah, that was on you. Like, anyway.
Child,
and
you get together and take some accountability.
Take some fucking accountability. And the family, the men that you have around you.
Her husband looked like Eeyore.
Basically, like, oh yeah, it sounds like they got something against you. They out to get you. It's like, no, you did that. Y'all need to be holding her ass accountable. Like, if my significant other or my friend, I'm like, what the fuck you mean you was tired as fuck and you went to go drink? Like, what the fuck wrong with you?
I was about to say, if anybody should have checked her ass, it should have been her husband.
Right. Like, he stood up there On
Man,
some bullshit, sounding like Reggie from Basketball Wives. Oh, it sound
Yeah.
like you got some haters and they just don't like you because you on the come up. She's on the downward spiral. That's why she ended up in the ditch. What are you talking about?
But that's how you know, like when you could tell, like some of these people, they are around nothing but yes men and women. I think Candace said that on a previous episode because there's no way, like Candace said, the first person that her husband should have been like, baby, what you did what? Why the fuck would you even? But
and then you touting you're taunting the women on the show about all this money and wealth that y'all have. You could have had a driver. You could have took an Uber. You know,
right?
Like it was just so stupid to me.
That's what Karen said.
Her blaming everybody else, I find to be extremely ridiculous.
Trash, and
dangerous.
Get it the fuck together.
Correct.
Listen, Karen.
Sweetie.
Sister.
Like I said last week, I want Karen to get that look in her confessional together. Because she is
60 years old in wigs that was once quick weaves.
Yeah.
Like, remember, I think Karen be wearing stocking cap quick weaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't find a lie.
You woman like Karen, and you could tell in her heyday Karen was a bad bitch.
Absolutely.
Taking that from her. Karen still looks good. Like when she wore that little army fatigue jumpsuit that was probably should have been her daughter's and not hers. I was like, this older woman looks fucking amazing. But them wigs, baby. Them wigs is telling the story about your brokenness, baby.
Right.
Wigs let you know you $2 million in $2 million in personal tax debt, baby. The wigs don't lie.
The wigs.
That
also might be the show title.
The wigs.
Write these things down.
Find them ultra wigs from Amazon, baby, with free shipping.
Yep.
Listen, it's too many. It's too many hair vendors on Instagram for you to still be carrying on like that.
Right.
Maybe that's why she in the predicament that she in. Maybe she got scammed by them spam hair accounts on
Curtis,
Instagram.
You beat me to it. I was
maybe that's why.
Say, maybe she been buying bundles from Yandy or something. Cause oof.
And then when Monique and Karen got together with their little gathering, trying to put everything on Robin, which I feel like Robin would have beat the brakes off Monique, which is why Monique didn't try it. Like, I'll choke you out with this umbrella. Robin was like, well, do it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not going to go to jail for you. It's like, okay, girl. Oh, sure. Sure, Jen.
I love his relationship with Robin. Like, I like Robin when it comes to she quiet, and so I know she'd beat all them girls the fuck up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, she also is, like, passive-aggressive and be like, I don't know, like, why does everybody have a problem with me? Girl, you was best friends. Oh, okay. You was best friend with Giselle's messy ass.
I was going to say,
yeah.
She followed Giselle.
Yeah, and
there's something about Giselle where it's like nobody's going to step to Giselle.
Talk about a messy bitch. Lord have mercy. Me and Ken was talking about that pregame.
She's messy in a way that I don't agree with. Because it's like, so like even the stuff with Karen. First of all, if you my friend, right, why are you making light of my financial issues?
Huh.
It was a joke. I didn't know Karen was going to take it serious. Baby, Karen and her husband got $5 million in tax debt. Who in the laughing mood when they owe $5 million to the IRS?
Right.
Right.
And we don't know what they income like.
I ain't never had a sense of humor that good.
Right. Friends joke, but not no shit like
when I'm broke, I'm not in the laughing mood.
At all.
Listen.
Shit. Even when I'm not broke and I get a bill in the mail talking about you owe us $50 for coming to the doctor, I'll be like, bitch, fuck you.
Right.
So I can only imagine. And then she got marital issues on top of that.
Yeah. Well, because I do think Karen got her a little what do they call men who got sugar mamas? A sugar baby? Karen got her a little sugar baby somewhere.
Yeah, she got something.
Yeah.
I mean, what do they call women who have sugar daddies?
Sugar babies.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably a gender neutral term then.
Yeah, let's go with that. You're welcome, everyone.
Right. Good luck, everybody.
Sugar babies. But yeah, I don't know. There was just a lot going on.
It was, but my lord, because I just Giselle, like girl, what?
You know, just like I don't know, Giselle. Like I like Giselle for what she brings to the show, but like as a person, I'd be side eyeing the fuck out of her.
Yeah. Like Kenya for Real Housewives. Like on the show, she makes good TV, but as a person, like,
well, I wouldn't go that far with Kenya. She could be entertaining when she wants to be, but I have a different feel for Kenya than I do Giselle. But that might change because we got a whole season to get through, and Giselle be on some other shit. Like her shade is on another thing.
I think Giselle is lonely. Like she went and she showed off this new boyfriend, and then the nigga stopped taking her calls.
That nigga is ghost.
You like, I ain't talked to him in 29 hours.
Sherman said, "Bitch,
37 minutes." Sherman was like, "Girl."
When that Essence article came out or whatever, Ebony Essence, one of them, Sherman was like, "Oh, I got to get the fuck. See ya."
Do not pass go.
Oh, he passed go. He collected that $200 and bought him a plane ticket. Sherman was not with the shits.
He flew Frontier. Got the hell out of Dodge.
He got the fuck out of Dodge.
So speaking of Robin, her relationship with her ex-husband is really unusual to me. It's like they divorced, but they living together. They sleep in the same bed. They do everything together, but they're not together.
Yeah.
Wait, that's her. You talking about Juan?
That's her ex-husband. They've been married before, and they got divorced. Shit. And they still live together in the same house and sleep in the same bed.
Hell, look like they in a relationship to me.
But they not together.
Oh, so okay.
Last season, let me tell you, last season, Juan had a whole girlfriend while him and Robin was living together.
I mean, Juan fine as fuck, so
I forgot who he played for in the NBA. He used to be in the NBA, and then after he left the NBA, he does a lot of coaching in that area where they live, or in Potomac or whatever. But last season, Juan had a whole girlfriend, and when it didn't work out, he wanted to come back home. Like he was living together when he started dating a woman. When things got serious, he moved out the house. When they broke up, he wanted to come back home to Robin. And so when they was at Monique's husband's birthday party, when Ashley was like, Robin, this man only uses you as a plan B every time. And Robin got all mad and shit. That's why. Because last season Juan had a whole girlfriend. And like it was rumors circulating that he was about to propose to her and everything.
Well, good luck, everybody. Good luck, Robin.
Good to hell up.
Speaking of Robin, girl, your eyelashes look the fool in your confession. I want you to get
he used to play for the Wizards, Candace.
Oh, okay, that's why it don't matter.
Right.
What's the girl's name? Because I have the wrong name in my notes.
Speaking of basketball, real quick, J.R. Smith, boy, fuck you.
I was wondering when this was gonna come up.
Boy.
Yeah, one job.
One job. You had one job. Now anything might not be possible.
Correct.
Fucking loser.
But
anyways, yeah. I think that's all I have for Potomac.
I have a couple of more things. The drive that they did for Houston was nice. Giselle, you get a side eye for showing up, bringing a case of water, and then leaving. And I'm trying to remember, what's the other girl name that's engaged to the white man?
Oh, Candace.
Yeah. That whole situation was weird where she like hid the fact that her fiance Chris got a 15-year-old son from her mom.
That
Your
whole
deadbeat.
situation is
Right. I was like, this whole thing is weird, but okay. I mean, her mom was just like,
this some six brown shit.
right.
Well,
And
I don't understand being engaged to a man that don't handle his responsibilities like he should.
mhm.
He owned a restaurant, but your mom is still paying your rent on a house that y'all both living in. He's much older than Candace. He got 2 or 3 kids. One
Three
he don't see
kids.
her. 3 kids. One he don't see and take care of. I don't understand wanting to be married to a person like that.
Mm-mm.
Because that 15-year-old stays very close by to them.
Yep.
Like
And
15, 20 minutes away.
and according to him, it's the mom that's not letting
It
them
ain't
see
the
him.
mom.
And it's like, okay.
Exactly. Like the court system is there for a reason. You try to keep my kid away from me and we live 15, 20 minutes apart, I'm finna take you to court, bitch. And that's just what it is.
Yep. So we had the same thoughts on that. And then spending all this money on this wedding. So my question is, what the fuck does Candace's mom? How does she accumulate all this money? Because clearly she got money. She's given
Oh,
$100,000 for the wedding, and
her mom is a psychologist who owns a really big practice
okay,
in Atlanta
that makes a
somewhere.
lot of sense on why she speaks the way that she
Let me,
does.
but I'm just listen. If you can't throw the wedding of your dreams with $120,000, you need to stay single, baby.
Yep, and that's the black, white, brown, and blue bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, Candace, you doing too much. You want to spend all this money on this wedding, but you need to look into your own wigs.
I mean, I'm throwing a vow renewal, and I don't even know if we ain't spending a 1% of that. We ain't spending 1% of that.
Nor should you.
So I'm just trying to understand $120,000 for a marriage that's not gonna last. Cause she's gonna that. Let's be honest.
Hell,
They're not gonna make it. He got too much baggage.
from
She's very young.
Emotional.
Mm-hmm.
From the previews, it looked like they're not even gonna make it to the marriage, but we'll see what happens in the rest of the season. But that's all I have for Potomac. The episode was a little dry. Oh, and I wanted to say I didn't write what the tagline is, but Monique, your tagline is dumb.
What is it?
I don't know. I didn't write it down, but it's dumb.
It was something goofy.
It's goofy. She sounds like a dumbass. But anyway, so let's move into Basketball Wives. So
Curtis, I want to say this before we get.
I didn't do it.
It's not you. Okay, so I got to get this off my chest.
Hey, with your chest.
Because I am sick of people on the internet lying to me about this shit with Jackie and Evelyn about Jackie's daughter. So hey London. So this week in the group chat, I had to ask my friends, Curtis, Candace, and Tay. Hey Tay. Because I like to not be looking the fuck stupid when I say things. I love to get my facts in order. Because on this episode, the whole thing with Jackie and Evelyn came back up with that shit with Takari, Jackie's daughter, and Evelyn donating to that GoFundMe, which we gonna get to you, but Tammy girl, fuck you. Because that and Jen, fuck you too, because that's how the shit came up again. And there were people again on the internet telling me, and having conversations with me in my mentions that Evelyn was in the wrong with that shit, and that her acting like Jackie took a low blow when she inserted herself in Jackie's family business, like again trying to equate the two and say that the shit is equal. And to that, I say, we must have been looking at two different things, and some of y'all almost got that Coleco vision because that ain't what the fuck happened. So I had to ask my friends, because you know Candace is like Black Twitter CS out here with the receipts and what the fuck be happening. So
know me. Is this where I chime in?
Yes, so go ahead, friend, because Candace got out because I want because I want to bring in Candace because I want people. Listen, there's a lot you can validly say about Evelyn when she be on some bullshit. But in this shit with Jackie daughter, I don't know how. And some of y'all, you know, hashtag y'all got children, and it's taken up for Jackie in this shit, and I don't understand it. So with that said, Candace, go.
So it started with so Evelyn was coming back to the show regardless. Let's just get this out the way.
Yes.
People have been telling Shani that they wanted Evelyn back on the show, and they also wanted Jen back on the show. They pretty much wanted the original cast back. They were sick of the LA cast.
Mm-hmm.
So Evelyn was coming back regardless. However, Jackie's grandson got burnt in that day at that preschool, and the daughter had an original GoFundMe, and the goal was met, so she closed the campaign. She opened the campaign back up, I guess, because the medical bills were still mounting up. That is when Matt Barnes and Evelyn donated to the GoFundMe the second time she brought it back. And so the show had been filming before she made the donation. So this wasn't a ploy to get back on the show. They was already filming.
Right, because somebody tried to tell me that Evelyn did that for publicity, and I'm like, but she was coming back regardless. Like, what? But continue, Candace, continue.
Yeah, so Evelyn more than likely didn't know about the first campaign, just the second one. She donated quietly.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie's daughter publicly thanked Matt Barnes and Evelyn for donating.
Right.
That's how people found out.
Right.
Jackie's whole thing was she was mad that Evelyn didn't come to her before donating.
Again, trying to spin the narrative because the narrative was that Jackie was and is an ancient mama from daughter, and that's again
grandmama. She still hasn't seen that little boy since that incident.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't seen her new granddaughter either. So it was just kind of like, okay, why would I have to ask you to help somebody who's clearly in financial straits right now?
Mm-hmm.
When the shit was public.
When the shit was public.
Right, so, because not to cut y'all Candace real quick, because again, there were people telling me that, you know, she did it again for publicity and that she should have handled that matter privately if she really cared. And it's like, but the
she
shit
did.
Yeah, she did. Like, if anything, like Candace said, the daughter thanked her publicly. Evelyn didn't go on no press tour like, oh, I helped out Jackie's daughter and, you know, look at me. That's not what the fuck happened.
No, it's not. But I just am like, I'm not even being funny. I got in my notes like Evelyn versus Jackie episode 5011. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's enough.
Yeah, that's the one thing I will agree. It's enough, but it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of similar to the whole Portia and Candy shit from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, it's only go ahead, Candy. I mean,
everybody is using it to take the spotlight off their bullshit.
Exactly. That's what it's not, because it's not Evelyn that's bringing it up.
Nope.
It's not. Like, it's everybody else.
It's not even Jackie, honestly. Like, this was Jen's doing. Like, Jackie even said it, and y'all know I cannot stand Jackie fucking Christie. Jackie said, she was like, I'm glad me and Evelyn can coexist in social settings, and it's not no big deal.
Yeah.
Like,
Jackie stayed on her side, and Evelyn stayed on her side.
They're not going to be friends. Nothing's going to come of it. If Jackie felt such a way about Evelyn donating this money, she should have wrote the bitch a check last season when she first saw her. Here, girl, I got my family. You
Yep.
take it. She ain't do none
And
of that.
have
Jackie had
and
no
have
intention of ever helping her daughter, ever seeing her grandkids again. They have a strained relationship. Like I said last week, I did my digging, and Jackie didn't raise her kids. Even
mhm,
the younger daughter that's on the show.
right.
And
Speaking of
speaking
that,
of Tay brought to our attention that Takari and Chantel was arguing on Instagram yesterday.
mm-hmm.
So Takari made a birthday post for Chantel. I think that's her name, Chantel, or
Yeah.
Jackie
Yeah.
call her
Jackie calls her Shani.
but her name is Chantel. She made a birthday post and was like, happy birthday, little sister, blah, 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 ABCDFD. And Chantel responded and was like, girl, get the fuck. This for publicity. We haven't spoken. We not fucking with each other. I don't even know why you mentioning me on social media. Keep my name out your mouth. You know somebody's serious when they tell you keep your name out their
Right.
mouth.
And come to me privately when you're
Come to
ready
me
to admit
You
your
just
faults.
Yeah, she like, you just mad that I won't hold a grudge against mom. Forgiveness is a powerful thing. And the only thing that stuck out to me was that she pretty much just told the world that her mama ain't never been a mama to them.
Yeah, because
You
that
just
that,
mad I
that
forgave mom for all the shit she did. You need to learn to forgive and stop trying to be the victim and poor me. And I was like, well, way to tell on your mom, sweetheart.
yeah, because it's like I now, as far as her and Takara go, I mean,
That is what it is for me.
yeah, that is what it is, and like I personally, and I hope I'm not projecting, but just from the outside looking in, I mean, it's cool that you forgave your mama, but from at least from what we've seen in like that interview that you gave, it's easy for you to forgive your mama because, and correct me if I'm wrong, Candace, but it's easy for you to do that because your mama more or less treated you better than she treated Takari. So it's easy for you to say it was easy to forgive, but when you don't go through something, it's easy for you to, stand on that high horse or whatever. But you didn't help Jackie's case at all because if Jackie's whole thing is like Takari line, I've been a good mama and stuff, then Chantel, what the hell you saying you forgave mama for? So again, somebody lying.
I don't even think it's that, but I will say this: a lot of times when you see deadbeat parents and they got multiple kids, they normally try to pull in the youngest one because the youngest one don't remember as much as the oldest one.
Yeah.
And I
And the
think
youngest one used to be
it's
more
quite
impressionable.
an age gap between Chantel and Takari. Because I
Yeah.
think Takari is like around our age, Curtis, and Chantel is in her early 20s.
Yeah. So she younger than me.
Yes, she is younger than you. So
Mm.
it makes sense that Jackie tried to rope in Chantel because Chantel don't really understand. By the time she was old enough, Jackie probably had popped back in the picture ready to be mom of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So she probably wasn't 100% raised by Jackie's mom the way Takari was. So it was just kind of like, girl.
You basically just confirmed everything that Takara been saying, and
Yeah.
you don't even know it, cause like, and I think even last week, like I know you done said it on this show before, Candace, that Chantel basically they're playing nice with Jackie to get a check.
So I must
Yeah.
say it's
Well,
gotta be
no.
something else, Candice, because I just looked it up. Takari is 28 and Chantel is 25.
Oh, okay, so I
Oh,
thought she was around our age.
mm.
Yeah. I wonder I wonder, do they have different dads?
Yeah, because Takari's name is Takari Lee.
Yeah.
And then Chantel is Doug's daughter, I think.
Mm.
Is that Doug's daughter?
Well, she go by Chantel Christie, so let's see.
Mm. That would make more sense if they
I
did
I,
have different fathers, though.
I don't think Doug her biological dad because
He might
Jackie
not
and
be.
Doug
Let me look it up.
Jackie and Doug only been married like 20, 21, 22 years or something. But maybe he adopted her.
Yeah. Mm.
But Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like, girl, Jackie, you was a piss poor mom to the one daughter. Just own that.
Yeah, just own it. And for again, hashtag y'all on the internet. Like, listen, again, there's plenty of shit that you. It's like that thing we said with Candy. Like, you can not like her, or if she do something messy or whatever or bad on the show, you can not like her, but you don't have to lie to prove your point about that you don't like her, because the lies that y'all telling on Evelyn about the situation with Takara, it's just not true.
So does Doug have any other kids?
I'm not sure.
Okay, because what I'm seeing on the internet, it says he is a father of 2, and the only children that they list are the boy and Chantel.
Oh, maybe they do have a kid together. That explains a lot.
Yeah, I mean, listeners, if y'all know more than us, let us know. But it looks like they had, like, Takari has a different father.
Yeah, so maybe Takari has a different father, and Jackie and Doug have Chantel, but they kind of so maybe she never came back for Chantel. I mean, she never came back with Takari, even after she had Chantel, and that would explain a lot to me.
Yeah. So, it also kind of explained the rift between Chantel and Takari.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, it's easy for that for their speaking from experience, it's easier to have that rift when 2 of them have different daddies. But,
yeah,
that's what it looks like. No, good luck, everybody.
Yeah, but speaking of Jen, girl, fuck you.
Yeah, Jen, fuck you. I don't know what Jennifer's going through this season, but it's like, girl, sometimes people don't fuck with each other. Let it the fuck go.
In the same episode, saying that she not messy, then go right back and prove that yes, you are indeed, in fact, messy.
Like, see, stop, please.
Like, I don't like Jen. What, doing all that damn crying? You and Kristen get into it. Which now we'll say, now Kristen, girl, you lying.
Oh, we gonna, we'll get into that whole situation, because Kristen, girl, fuck you too.
Right, because Kristen.
Well, that light skinned bitch that's married to Malaysia's cousin, she dumb as bricks. This is how you know that a scholar does not make a common sense.
Yep, correct. Because that whole thing was weird, but Kristen, like, just own up to the fact that you was being messy.
All right, you
like,
were.
Jen and Evelyn were trash for making that racist joke, but you were being messy. That's why everybody know about it, not because of them, but because of you.
Right. Hell, you the one that brought Jackie into the shit for no goddamn reason.
You brought Jackie into the situation, and then Jackie went, because Jackie don't know how to do nothing but be messy and have things orbit around her neck rings. So and then I was looking at Cece funny too, because all of the facts presented to you right there, and you still trying to say that Evelyn and Jen are trying to come between you and Kristen, and it's like, they don't give a fuck about you and Kristen's relationship.
Right.
Like, you just trying to give Kristen a pass because you see that she was the nucleus of the mess by repeating the shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to be mad at her. You would rather be mad at Jen and Evelyn.
But Pete, Kristen never was admitted that, like, Kristen was never like, oh yeah, they was joking.
Nope.
Right.
Not once. And it's like, you need to own up to that. If you didn't believe that it was a joke, then you should have said that. I went around and I brought it up because I didn't know, or I didn't believe it was a joke. Right. Again, the start of it is Jen and Evelyn, but the center of the mess
is Kristen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we gotta watch these girls and they trying to come between us. No, girl, you just messy.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they give a fuck at all about that.
They don't, like, at all. They don't give not one fuck. And then she started crying and shit. And I'm like, okay, so now you playing victim.
You going full Jackie.
Because you know you was wrong and you know you was being called out in front of everybody. So then you start crying and shit. But it's you, beloved. It's you.
All right. There's nothing positive for you right now.
No. Speaking of Cece and that treatment that she was giving Jackie, sweetie.
Why was Jackie moaning like that?
Because she a creep.
She is so gross.
She might as well be part of Creep Squad. Like Jackie, she disgusting. And that I'm like, I don't understand why you getting this treatment on your titties instead of your neck, but I guess go off, sis. You getting it for free.
Bad. I got nothing but bad luck for Jackie Christie. So
yeah.
Because I was about to say, go ahead.
Yeah, nothing but bad luck. I'm trying to look through my notes. I only have 2 more things, and then we can do whatever you guys want to talk about. The way that they were talking about OG was kind of fucked up. Now, granted, OG did show up looking tacky as fuck.
Did.
However, they went to that whole little mean girl thing, and I was like, I mean, okay, I guess.
Right.
I guess. And then it looks like OG got some tea or some mess coming up later in the season. So I can't wait to see that, what she got going on with Kristen, because it looked like her and Kristen was getting into. Was it Kristen?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it was Kristen. Like, where your man at type shit. Now, I don't know if that was just a surface level read or she's got some tea steeping. So we'll see what happens there. I finally, but I gave it a good look, and Reggie is actually not bad looking. But when they went ring shopping, him and Lyric, Tammy daughter, I was like, why they look like more of a couple than him and Tammy? Also, I want to present this to Candace to see if she agrees. I listened, and correct me if I'm wrong, Candace, but don't Reggie and Jeremy talk just alike?
Yes.
We're going to start calling you Reggie.
Black Reggie.
Yep. Know him.
That nigga said, "Is this a yellow rose?" Girl said, "What?" Nigga said, "I don't know nothing about flowers. I don't know nothing about no flowers." I was like, "Look at
Jeremy being ignorant as hell, trying to marry Tammy the fuck Roman.
It'd be your own niggas.
It'd be your own accent,
right?"
Oh, I wanted to say OG is ugly than the motherfucker with that body though. That bitch is ugly in the face, but her body is godly.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
No lies detected.
Every time they said OG, I was like, ugly. Like, ugly.
Yeah, she's not a cute girl.
Yeah.
But when she turned around in that swimsuit, I was like, yes, look at that.
Well, she looked good. I mean, she was tacky, but usually, women with nice bodies be dressed a little tacky sometimes. I agree.
Yeah.
I was like, woo.
Let me just I am
Tammy girl, fuck
really,
you.
I'm really sick of Tammy versus Evelyn. And here's the thing. Evelyn had a right to feel the way she felt towards Tammy after that reunion because, girl, Tammy straddled the fence all last season with that Jackie shit.
Mm-hmm.
She played both sides against the middle all last season.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew dead and fucking well that Jackie was dead wrong for that shit she said about Jackie's daughter. I think everybody and their mama on that show, except for Jackie, knows that Tammy donated that fucking money out the kindness of her heart. Because at the time she had it, she was still with the baseball dude. And she had it to give, so she gave it. Like, I don't feel like anybody other than Jackie feels like Evelyn did that shit in a malicious manner, because at the time, her and Jackie had no beef.
Which also makes it weird. Well, I'll add to that, Candace. Nobody but Jackie and people on the internet that for some reason just do not like Evelyn, which again, fair, but in this situation, there was like they had no beef. So what sense would it make for Evelyn to what somebody in my message trying to tell me, like, what sense would it make for Evelyn to donate, like, here's some money, like on some just malicious, like, oh, Jackie, you can't take care of your family.
I'm not even trying to be funny, but if I'm being malicious, I ain't about to spend my money to be malicious. Now I ain't about to just give her $3,000 in malice.
Right?
I can think of a lot more shit to do that's malicious that's also free.
Correct.
So that's why I was like, Jackie, 2 + 2 is not equaling 4 for me with this. It's not adding up for me.
Right.
What's not adding up for me is Tammy's her attitude towards Evelyn. Yeah, like her complete inability to, like, she really is a dish shit but can't take it ass woman.
Yeah, that's literally what's in my show notes for today.
Mine too.
Evelyn is the only comedian I know who can dish it but can't take it.
Tammy, and you just fucking up all the names, friend.
Right.
And the thing about it is, like, and Tammy and Evelyn had a point, because Tammy was like, well, why didn't you call me directly? And she's like, we're not friends. And the last time I heard you making jokes about who I'm fucking as a part of your act, what would I have to call you about?
Exactly.
That's like somebody
when Tammy like, well, I reached out to you when you and your ex broke up, and it wasn't sincere.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
And so the whole conversation, they sitting there, and Tammy was throwing jabs. And at one point, to me, and y'all let me know if I'm wrong, it looked like Tammy was salty because Evelyn wasn't reacting the way she was expecting her to react.
She wasn't. Tammy was expecting Evelyn to go off.
Yep.
Get mad and pop off and get loud. And Evelyn
and that's not Evelyn.
Evelyn was like, bitch, I don't care.
That is Evelyn, but it wasn't Evelyn in that, because Evelyn knew what Tammy was poking and prying for. I'm gonna say this. It is some shit you could dislike Evelyn about, because she is messy.
Right.
But Evelyn is a bad bitch who knows she a bad bitch.
Yep.
So she don't react about all that. Oh, you fucked all these athletes, you doing this, you doing that. Because somebody said something to her about it on Twitter, and she was like, You wish you was a bad enough bitch to fuck all throughout the professional sports world.
Shit, I know I do.
She like, you wish you was able to. And so
no lies detected.
None. So she was kind of like, okay, Tammy, I don't give a fuck about none of that. She was like, but what I did do when I did my impersonation, I used the raggedy wig and the fanny pack.
Listen, so when you call yourself a comedian and you get out pettied and out comedied, because Tammy was like, well, here's a bonnet, I want to see you do your little act. And she was like, oh no, sweetie, I actually used a wig that I found that was draped in some dumpster juice and a fanny pack. Oh.
Like
that's hey, Tammy went completely silent. She was like, oh no, I used I'm gonna have to go back and watch. Next week I'm gonna come back to this, because I forget the descriptor she used, but she was like, yeah, I used a ratty wig and a fanny pack.
Yep.
And so I was like, oh, checkmate.
Yeah, she checked the shit out of Tammy.
Yeah, that's what Rod said a couple of weeks ago. Evelyn be having them jokes on the low key.
Oh, she absolutely does.
Oh, she does. And the crazy part is, like I said again, the cat, like the middleman who even regenerated this little beef between them is fucking Jen.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait for Jen's shit to get put on Front Street this season.
Agreed.
I cannot wait, because it's finally gonna come to the light all the shit she was saying about Evelyn while they wasn't friends.
Yep. And we can end with Jackie, girl, shut the fuck up, because you're doing all that turning up like Evelyn won't beat your whole ass.
Yeah,
Correct.
pretty much.
And that was it.
That's all I have for
That's
that.
all I have. So let's
Speaking of beating asses,
Tommy.
Whew.
Whew. So Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you guys, is what we're moving to. If you didn't catch that segue,
When you do podcastery,
I just,
Tommy,
let me say this: Tommy has a drinking problem.
Absolutely,
And
she's absolutely an alcoholic.
She's an alcoholic, and I've seen a lot of shit from alcoholics in my heyday. But I never thought in my 30 plus years on this earth that I would see somebody pour Hennessy in white wine and take it to the head.
To the head, licking the glass, all kinds of shit.
Now that is some shit.
Like that's a whole new level of niggotry.
Right.
And so at first I was like, this bitch is psycho. Like, what the fuck is she talking about? But then the light bulbs start coming on in my head, and we talked about this in the pregame. I feel like Tommy was fucking that one producer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe he married or got a girlfriend or something. Because Tommy was like, I know where you live. Don't make me tell the truth on you. Like, don't make me turn up. Don't make me do this. And the producer was reacting badly.
Yep.
Like normally when they get to popping off on the producers don't say nothing.
Right.
They just keep filming. Like the producer was popping off. And
that producer was like the Mr. Krabs meme.
Yeah.
There's a panic meme like, oh, he reacted.
Yeah, shit started to get really real. And then I guess Tommy attacked the security and probably that producer.
Yeah.
And they came and did the sit down time. Well, Tommy's not going to be filming with us. She's not allowed to be where we are.
They said she's not allowed on the set.
She's not allowed on the set. She's not allowed to be where we are. She's not allowed to film with us. We don't hire them to get attacked. I mean, kind of you do. You security.
Kind of do. Like,
it comes with the territory, but I mean, however you want to spend that.
Yeah.
I mean, but I get what she was saying. Like, we don't hire them to be the target of the attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got what she was saying. But I really think because we said this in the pregame, they didn't have that same energy for Erica Mena. She was directly attacking one of the security, but I think it wasn't the security. I think it was the producer.
Yeah, I think she attacked that producer.
The lady said security, but if you read between the lines, she was referring to a producer. Like, there's no way y'all mad that security might have got mollywopped a little bit trying to subdue somebody, because that's what they for.
Right.
The producer, on the other hand, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, they really kicked Tommy off the show. I just hope that they are actually trying to do something to help her like they did Tierra Marie.
You're right.
And they not just kind of casting her off to the side.
Yeah. Because it's clear that Tommy needs help.
Yeah.
It is. There's no debate to be had.
Yeah.
And
I did realize, let me say this real quick. I did realize that there's a fundamental difference in those two situations, in that whatever we have to say and whatever we think about it, there were cast members that were willing to try to do something. And with Atlanta, I haven't seen anybody like really be like, okay, we need to come together and figure out what the fuck going on with Tommy. Like, everybody just kind of letting the shit ride. Like, oh, she crazy and she be drinking. But like, even Rashida was like, I mean, this bitch crazy, but we going to go turn up in Houston. And it was like, I know y'all see that this woman has a problem. Like, Spice been talking about it on every episode.
Yeah, that's a valid point, and like you said, we can, figure how we feel about how they handled it on Hollywood, but
I mean, because as much as we love reality TV, we got to be honest and say that it's really, it exploits.
Yeah,
like it exploits people's problems. So I'm not shocked that they were comfortable exploiting Tommy's drinking and how when she's drunk, she turns into a raging lunatic until that lunatic, turned his venom at them.
Yeah.
Now it's, we can't have her doing that. We can't have her filming. That's the same shit she been doing to the cast since she been on the show. Yeah, her own mama, her own siblings. Like, this the same Tommy. But now that rage is pointed at y'all, we can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't bring them on to get attacked. So you bring the rest of the cast on to get attacked? Because the
Right.
bitch done tried to fight some everybody. She done
Mm-hmm.
tried to fight Tierra. She done tried to fight her mama, her sister, Carly,
Mm-hmm.
KK towards the end of last season on the reunion and shit. Uh Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Like this really been her get down since she been on the show, but now it's too much because she tried to fight the producer. Like,
Mm-hmm.
man, fuck y'all.
Yep.
Either go for if you're gonna go for the ride, you need to go for the whole ride.
Yep. I agree. So, let's double back to some better. So let
Tokyo,
me wait. Tokyo. What Tokyo do?
Tokyo and Carly. When Carly came to the shop to talk to Sierra and
Oh,
Tokyo,
Uh-huh.
and you know, first of all, Carly, you is a messy bitch to live for drama. Let's
listen.
get that
That,
out the
that
way.
is established.
Like,
That is the thing, and I don't really care for Sierra, but I'm glad she spoke up for herself. Like, if you my friend, don't ambush me with a bunch of bitches that I don't know that's fucking the nigga I'm supposed to be with.
yep.
Like, come talk to me privately and see if I want to sit down with these bitches. What would have been so hard about that? Hey
Exactly.
girl, I know two girls that say that they fucking BK. Do you want to like sit down and talk to them, or you want to exchange info and so you can see what's going on? Carly
Mhm.
don't do none of that. We
Mm-hmm.
should set up a round table.
Right.
I feel like it's a combination of Carly and production, but I
Yeah,
feel like she revels in it, and so production just kind of goes along with it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's like Carly feel like, and that's what makes her feel important. I have the tea, I have the knowledge. Let's get it cracking. And production's like cool because it's gonna make for good TV. But
But I will say Carly is what Sheree tried to be, but she wasn't nearly as good at it.
yeah,
I agree.
Sharia anyway.
Carly is a hell of a bone carrier, but
Yep.
so I don't have no problem with Tokyo not fucking with Carly. In the same breath, if you don't fuck with Carly, it ain't Carly's place to bring you back no tea about what your ex nigga doing.
Yeah, okay. So my thing is I get it, but at the same time, and this is just me. I don't really care about Tokyo because it's like because I'm looking at it, but I'm like, okay, you don't fuck with Carly now because it came to your front door about your ex nigga, and
That was
but
it. She wasn't fucking with. So sometimes we could tell how they chop and screw these sequences for the
Yeah.
show. And so the shit where last week where she came into the shop and Tokyo and Sierra was there, that happened directly after the shit with Sierra and this round table of old strippers and bitch
Yeah.
music you never heard.
Yeah.
So
hilarious.
Tokyo
Bitches
popped
of the
off on
round
Carly.
table.
Yeah, Tokyo popped off on Carly then. It was like, Carly, I don't fuck with you. You messy.
Well,
I ain't
right.
got
No, that's not what I was gonna say. What
I
I'm
don't got
saying,
so it's just kind of like Carly don't owe you shit. You made it known where you stand with Carly.
right? But that's true. That's not where I was gonna go with it. But it's kind of like, and I guess for me, it's like when we saw Tokyo earlier in the season, like with that shit with what's her name, Peppa Pig and the Thought with Keely, like it's like you formed an alliance, or at least what was portrayed to be an alliance with Carly then, because it was some mess not pertaining to you, and you was proud in being messy because you said it in earlier episodes multiple times that like if you want to know somebody's business, because I think one episode Curtis imitated her saying that and I fucking died laughing. But now you above the mess. Now you don't want to fool with Carly messy ass, but you was earlier until the shit came directly to you.
I mean, but it's the same as what we were talking about with Tammy. Like Tokyo, she can dish it, but she can't take it.
And I guess that's kind of my thing with Tokyo. So I'm like, this thing you got with Carly, yeah, I get it, but it's also girl fuck you. Like I don't care. But that's just me personally.
Now the thing that I will say about Carly that's weird as fuck to me, and I've seen women like this before. Is that she really think that she can mend fences and foster camaraderie by ambushing people with mess. She really think that women can only bond with gossip.
You're mad at me, but I was trying to tell you that Tobias is on a date with Spice. Like, yeah, that's not gonna help the situation.
Yeah, that's not gonna. That's like at all.
That didn't make it no better, as you can see, and she still cussed you the fuck out and waddled out.
Yeah, and then Sierra looking like a bozo, talking about, oh, after the fact, I guess they might have actually came with some facts, and it's like, yeah, because you went to Brasco house and got some dick, but the dick didn't settle your fears and thoughts about what's going on. So now you're like, oh, maybe they did have a point, and it's like, okay, sis, like, yeah, it's fucked up that they keep ambushing you with this information in public settings, or at least not one-on-one, but that doesn't negate the facts that you've been trying to hide from.
Right. It doesn't negate that you basically out here looking the fuck stupid. But speaking, because we're on this whole thing, we can double back to Carly. So that bowling scene with Sean Garrett.
He is so sick of Carly.
He is sick of Carly, period.
Like, I feel like, I don't feel like Sean Garrett is a good fit for this show. And it's not because, Father forgive me, but I feel like he's too talented and he's too relevant in music right now to be wasting his time on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yep, I agree.
That's
come on, consensus.
Yeah, it's a whole consensus.
Right.
I feel like he's too talented. He's still too relevant in the industry to be wasting his time on Love and Hip Hop, because he moves on the show like he doesn't want any damage to his image.
He moves on the show like, get off my lawn.
Yes.
Like, the rest of the cast on the show, they move like they don't give a fuck what becomes of their image. Like, I think I'll say Just Brittany is almost in that same boat with Sean Garrett. I don't think she's that talented, but I think she is too much of an up and coming personality in the industry to be on Love and Hip Hop, because she's not at a point where she like, fuck it, I'm finna get super duper ratchet and go ham.
Right. Like, she's not at that I'm gonna throw drinks level.
Yeah, she's not there. And Sean Garrett, like, he spends all his time on the show telling Carly to be a better woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, you cool, you ugly too. You also ugly. And you got a face made for the radio. So now that man has a face made for podcasting.
Woo, shit.
Like,
she not lying.
She not.
He ugly and he talented, and I don't think that he needs to be on the show, because he moves in a way that he wants his image to stay pristine.
He moves like a nigga that got something to lose.
Yeah, so he needs to, he tried it didn't pan out to be nothing. Go back into that cave.
He's still getting shit. He's still writing for people, still getting writing credits. So
I'm telling you, he's still very relevant,
right?
In the industry, like, so much so that he wants to keep his image pristine, and I don't think he needs to be tied to Love and Hip Hop at this moment.
I mean,
maybe come back in 10 years or something. Like, when your career hits Stevie J, then come back to Love and Hip Hop if it's still going.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's still, in terms of writing and what he does in the industry, he is very much so still up there with Neo and a lot of the other good writers in the music industry, and he needs to not do the show next season.
I mean, word in the tweets is that Neo, even his writing has fell off, but I don't know. I haven't paid attention to her in so long.
I'm not a Neo fan. I never have been. So y'all already know. If you ever search my old @name and tweets about Neo, you will see that I'm not a Neo fan at all, and that's just that. So
yeah. So then Tobias walks in with Spice, And as soon as they sit down, you know how y'all be getting on me about shade vomit, the mess vomit just started flying out of Carly's mouth. And Sean was like, I'm not with this shit. Sean got up and left, and then Carly goofy ass trying to run off with the man's shoes. And I'm just like
you too old to be this guy.
You too damn old, and this man is too damn irritated. Like, leave him the fuck alone. Let him storm out in peace.
Right.
Yeah, he was super irritated.
He was fed up. But I want to say this about Spice. Sis, you looking a little funny in the light. Because the way that you moving now that you and Tobias are flirting, I don't like that shit. Like, your whole perspective on shit is shifting.
The wig don't flip.
Yeah, like you done turned the wig around like in Dreamgirls.
Because it's like, and maybe it's just me, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but is it me or that not a her and Tobias are flirting or seeing each other, whatever the fuck, like Curtis said. Before that, she was above the mess and all that shit, but now she seems like she kind of entertained by the mess. So is that just me?
So I feel like she always been entertained by mess.
Yeah, she always been entertained by mess, but it's from a different perspective now that she is talking to the Tobias. Because before it was kind of like a spectator, but I'm not trying to stop the mess. Like, I'm here for a good time. And now it's like I'm getting into it and talking to Tokyo crazy, and just the way that she, like, her views to me are different now that she is talking to Tobias, whereas before it's like she went from independent women to I need a man. You know what I'm saying? She went from independent women to Shantae's got a man at home.
Typical Jamaican woman. Like, let's not forget, where she's from and how they think and how they revere men and shit like that. So
yeah, that I was like, Spice, you're looking real funny in the light.
In the preview for next week, she did something that was shady. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I kind of cackled at the shade when Tokyo came to the table and Sierra was like, we all about to sit down, we about to eat good.
Yeah.
And Spice was like, I don't think she needs to eat nothing else. And I was like, oh, bitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch.
I didn't.
Over there. I was like, you sitting over there a handful of Skittles away from,
Yo,
the damn rainbow.
Yeah, because I saw people saying that, like, it's like, now, Spice, you might not need to talk too tough because you not
over there. Yeah, like, you over there dressed and looking like a blue raspberry airhead. Like, let's not do too
like,
much.
Let's not.
Now, I saw that, and I can admit, because I'm balanced and I'm one with myself enough that I can admit that was shady and it was a little funny. However, I didn't laugh. It didn't strike me as funny because of Tokyo's face.
You know what made it super funny is because in the earlier when the season first started, in the first previews, after Spice make that comment, Tokyo get up and bang on her with her bag. She like got up and hit her in the head with her purse.
Yeah.
Lessons from Sierra.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of hurt my heart when I saw Tokyo's face. Now, I don't know if that was edited for effect. We'll see next week when the scene airs. But it looked like she really hurt her feelings saying that shit. Like, bitch, you don't even know me. Yeah. And so that's why I was like,
again, that's why y'all said she looking funny in the light. I agree, because you doing all of this over Tobias.
Exactly.
You don't even, and the nigga is playing both of y'all.
Like, you don't even know her like that. You coming at her sideways, but you're not taking a look at Tobias and what he bringing to the door. So I was like, I started off liking Spice, but now I'm like, you've been entered on the beat the fuck up list. You low on the list, but you definitely on the list. And next week it look like you're gonna bump yourself up even higher, because I did not like that shit. Again, being that I am shady when I want to be, I can admit that was a good piece of shade. However, looking at the whole picture, it's like Spice Girl, fuck you.
Yeah, because she warranted that clock upside the head that she gonna get.
Yes. So Tierra, I finally learned and remember her name. It only took me 4 weeks, y'all.
Right.
Listen,
I guess that's a testament to how much I do not give a fuck about Tierra, because I couldn't remember her name for shit.
This how I feel about Tierra. Like, this bitch, it feel like she wilding to keep a spot on the show because she missed that check when she was gone last season. But let me tell you something. Just Brittany, this is why I say I don't feel like she's a good fit for this show. Because Just Brittany was like, you better not bring that bitch to my
She told her flat out, this invitation is for you and you only.
And this bitch is
keep the mess away.
Jasmine. Yeah, she like, you trying to fuck up my bag.
Yeah. Right. And as a friend, if number one, I shouldn't even have to tell you that.
Yeah, that should go without saying.
But if I do have to come out and tell you that, and then you go against it anyway, like, don't be surprised if I bust you in your fucking lip.
Yeah.
Because that's what you deserve.
Yeah,
and that's what Tierra's ass deserved. Because she brought her anyway.
And speaking of, I'm really tired of Rashida taking the high road with this bitch. You just got to beat this little skinny bitch the fuck up.
Yeah,
you got to knock this silicone out her new titties.
Give her the Thanos treatment. No, not even Thanos. Give her the Bane treatment when Bane broke Batman back. Fuck the bitch up. Like, at this point, because I'm tired of this shit.
Like, the bitch is popping up every single fucking where you go. And my thing is this, and like, I got pushback for this on social media, but it was like, what the fuck do they have to discuss?
Right. Like, just because you feel guilty about what you did, that does not mean you get to encroach on somebody's space. Like, y'all didn't have a relationship before. Y'all not friends. So Rashida don't owe you the audience for you to air your grievances. And you popping up, and then you do that shit at something business related. Like, it's one thing when you popping up wherever, but this is directly related to Rashida's business. And now you bringing mess. You deserve to get your ass whooped, Jasmine. I don't, and then they try to spin it like she doing it for a noble cause because her son need her daddy. I mean, her son needs his daddy.
The crazy part is, again, Rashida is not stopping Kirk from being a father to that little ass boy.
Nope. That's Kirk doing that. Kirk doing that himself.
She's encouraging him to build a relationship with his son.
And
Kirk is choosing not to come around and to throw money at the situation.
Right.
There's no reason you need to have a conversation with Rashida about Kirk's actions. And so,
but I think it's because I think when Rod was on, he said like it's a classic like side chick thing because like Kirk so ain't shit and I mean let's keep it a buck, niggas ain't shit, and like Jasmine thinking like if I talk to Rashida because she'll have more sympathy and that'll get Kirk to do right, and it's like no, Jasmine, that's not what the fuck gonna happen.
No, that's not what's gonna happen.
Because Rashida, I think she wants to talk to Rashida because she has a guilty conscience about.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it's more so she got a guilty conscience.
Yeah, I think it's both. Yeah,
than it being about Kirk being a father. Because showing up and popping up on Rashida everywhere instead of showing up everywhere on Kirk, it's not gonna have the intended effect because you're not going to the source.
She popped up on Kirk.
That nigga did.
That nigga
ran out.
That nigga turned into Sonic the Hedgehog, and he was out. So yeah, we can say Jasmine girl, fuck you, and Tierra girl, fuck you too. Yeah. Because again, just Brittany did not have to make that shit clear for you, and you did that shit anyway. I hope she beat you the fuck up, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Right. So like but I will say though that that's the one thing I will say is like Kirk what you said that nigga like smoke Curtis because it's like that nigga legit said like I'm sending Jasmine child support. What more does she want? Well, nigga, just because you send money, that don't mean you still cannot not be a deadbeat father. Like you ain't seen that damn baby. Like nigga, the fuck.
Correct.
And
So
that's you
this
choosing
came
not to
up.
do it.
This is one of Twitter's favorite topics, like what makes a deadbeat dad, and like I had to finally say, hey, stupid people, parenting is a combination of emotional presence,
Mm-hmm.
being there physically for your child, and financially taking responsibility for your child. If you are slacking in any of those areas, you are encroaching on deadbeat status. If
Right.
you are just completely absent in one of those three areas, you are a deadbeat and a partial parent because
Mm-hmm.
it takes all three. So
And
you
Kirk is only
saying,
doing one.
well, I pay my child support. Nigga, you never seen that kid since Kirk haven't seen that kid since Rashida found out about that baby.
Mm-hmm.
That little boy almost like 2-3 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
When Kirk last saw that baby, the baby was an infant when
Mm-hmm.
Carly put her nose in all that bullshit.
Right.
So
Goddamn Carly.
it's kind of like
And it's like Kirk
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 is a
trying to
deadbeat.
yeah, he did be like it's Kirk the whole thing is like I need to get my family straight before anything. And it's like, well, nigga, that baby is that's your son.
Not only that, but shirking responsibility for him is not helping your cause. Like
At
you're
all.
not
Like
getting any points with Rashida for
Rashida
not
did
doing
it.
what you're supposed to be doing in regards to
I'm
that
not
baby,
even
that
being
girl.
funny. I don't think Rashida wants to be with Kirk, but I think Rashida is scared of starting over.
Correct.
Yeah.
You took the
Like
words out of
I
my
really
mouth.
like you could if you ever pay attention like this week when it comes on, like pay attention to how Kirk look at Rashida and how Rashida look at Kirk. Kirk look at Rashida like he could just eat her up at any minute. Rashida look at Kirk like
I mean, I guess.
Like, ugh, you again.
Like literally, I mean, I guess. Like that's what her face gives me.
It's not even that she not attracted to him, but he has just cheated on her so much.
Yeah. He
That
don't
like
put her through the ringer.
I really think that Rashida has checked out and she just dare to be there now.
Yeah.
Because going through a divorce and separating assets and starting over in the dating world, I feel like she feels just too much of a hassle now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sister, I want you to know you are young enough. I mean, honestly, it don't matter how old you are. You are beautiful enough. You are a savvy enough business. What the fuck?
You doing amazing, Curtis.
Curtis over there thinking about titties.
Bosom.
You are bosom enough.
I mean, she is. Rashida is gorgeous. Like
Rashida is a beautiful woman, and Rashida's not even that old. I think
she's not.
She like what 36 now? 36.
Yeah, she only a couple years older than us.
Yeah,
well,
she's
me and you,
good.
Candace. You know, Jeremy over there on infant status.
Yeah,
Similac ass nigga.
Mm-hmm.
It be on nigga.
Ass nigga.
It be on
Wow.
It be on playground tendencies.
Wow.
But anyways, yeah, like Curtis said, Rashida is gorgeous. Rashida has time on her side. She's a really savvy businesswoman. She only got that one small child. That other kid about goddamn grown and she got with Kirk. Girl, get back out there and let a nigga break your back out.
Right. I will say it's I don't know if Rashida had a separate conversation with what's Kirk's daughter name? The one that was getting in grown folks' business when she didn't need to.
That's her name, grown folks. Yeah.
Right. We you see she ain't been on the show in forever ever since that one episode where she was
Rashida, yeah. You wonder if Rashida was like, bitch, you don't get out of my business. You not too old to catch the belt.
That wasn't lost on me that we hadn't seen her since that episode.
You are not too old. You better get out of my motherfucking. You're doing too much on this show.
Mm-hmm. Well, she cussed out that grown ass man that she didn't even know. Like, are you?
I can see Rashida being like, "Need I remind you? It's in your contract that you can be pulled from the show at any point. You being on the show is a privilege."
Correct. Because girl, you got a whole ass job at Press that you know I ain't finna let you go from. So what the fuck are you doing?
So what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of pressed,
Mm.
Don Man is fine as hell.
Is.
He tall
Oh,
and he
that's
fine, but he also real sweet.
he he is a nice guy. Like
He very
let me
sweet.
say this, I am genuinely happy for Dime.
Same.
Like
Agreed.
happiness looks good on
It
her.
looks good
This is
on her.
how you could tell that a lot of the cast isn't happy because look how much Dime don't be in shit this season.
We
And
only see her in a few
let me
episodes, and they all be positive.
let me say the same thing. I know we get on Mimi titties a lot, but if you pay attention, Mimi every time she jump off, Mimi just be sitting there like you hoes crazy.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, she
I said that last week when that drink got thrown. I was like, she been through so much shit. Some her
First of all,
fault and some not. She like, all right, whatever. I fly above the shit
I have
now.
been doing my Googles on her girlfriend. First of all, that woman is fucking gorgeous.
Agreed.
She is.
Whoa, she is like, I got a good look at her when they was on the bus when they got to Houston.
Same.
She is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Jesus. So then my mom was saying that like they mentioned on one of the earlier episodes that Ty had a clothing line and she wanted to find it. So I ended up doing my Googles to find it and just running across information on her. And like, she is she's an amazing athlete.
Mm-hmm.
2, she does a lot of charity work. She has her own clothing line. And I went to her Instagram and she loves the fuck out of Mimi. Like, she really loves her. And so I was like,
Mimi,
no
don't fuck it up.
That's why I was
Curtis,
like, that's why I was like, no wonder Mimi ain't been in no mess. She getting a good strap.
Yeah, she getting genuine love.
It was that one episode.
She getting genuine love and genuine strap.
It was that one episode where it was a little bit of mess, but that was because Melissa.
They straightened that out, and like Mimi ain't been in shit since. She just be sitting back like y'all is fucking crazy.
She just be eating her food and eating something else.
Meanwhile, Melissa showed up to that baby shower looking like crisscross, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Curtis, why did I say? I was like, "Damn, jump, Daddy Macavecchia,
yo,
She always show up. First of all,
Melissa looks rough. If you remember how Melissa looked when Mimi first introduced her to the group, and to like now, Melissa looks really ragged.
She look like she going through it.
Always
she looked like she living really rough. But
that's what always being in submissive do.
You know, Melissa. You know what Melissa looked like? Melissa looked like somebody cut her strap in half,
or boiled it.
No, not boiled it. Like destroyed it.
The pot for the greens. Mm-hmm. I never forget seeing that picture on Twitter. The girl was like, y'all she was like, y'all baby dykes don't know nothing about sanitizing y'all straps. And it was just a greens pot full of translucent dildos.
When you do dildotery.
Curtis, you was so annoying.
You annoying as shit.
One other thing I want to say about Melissa.
Before you say something, Jeremy, it is Pride Month, so I'm glad y'all brought that up. Y'all need to sanitize your sex toys.
PSA.
Maybe not in the same pot that you like cook your spaghetti in, but you know, whatever works for you. Anyway, continue.
Give your toys a good rinse. But what I want to say was Melissa always dressed like a 90s white boy band. And it annoys me.
Yeah, she do look like an extra from NSYNC.
Yeah.
Does. She looks like she did backup for All for One.
Yeah. Backstreet Dykes.
Fucking Curtis.
98 Dykes. But no, like back to Dom, like I do like her fiance. And what I like about him is he's really family oriented.
Yeah.
He not with that. No, I ain't talking to my mama. None of that shit. He ain't play that shit with Dom. Like
Nope.
like when he said, "Listen, you need to talk to your mama because we about to have a child, we about to get married, and your family need to be a part of this." That motherfucker flew her mama right in for the conversation.
I was gonna say I can appreciate him taking like I think what really stands out about I think his name's Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah,
What stands out about Sean is that he is action oriented. He don't just talk about it; he be about it.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's
and
refreshing
you know
to
what
see.
also, what also seems like it's not been like I haven't Googled it or anything, but he seems to be one of those athletes that did not blow through all his money.
Mm-hmm.
And because he don't seem like he pressed for money, he just seems like he wants to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not I need to play basketball because I'm broke. Because
Right.
every time you turn around, he flying some of her family in.
Mm-hmm.
He flew her mom in, flew her daddy in. I thought it was really sweet that he planned the
baby
gender
shower /
reveal.
gender reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was it, a boy or a girl? I
A
forgot.
girl.
A girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he threw the little basketball at the hoop and it exploded, it was pink.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
cute. Y'all know I don't even like all that kind of shit, but I like it for Dime.
I do like it for Dime because her road to happiness, even on the show, has been a struggle one.
Yeah.
From the way Jocelyn, treated her and talked to her.
Oh man, golly, Jocelyn, girl, fuck you.
Well, Jocelyn is suffering right now. She is unemployed. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna say I'm not basking in Jocelyn's misfortune, but Jocelyn is a testament to
you reaping what you sow.
Not having any humility when success is coming your way. Like Jocelyn got a little fame under her, and she just started treating people like complete shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's sitting on her couch and might be back on the pole. So it's kind of like, child, it's just a testament to be careful how you treat people, because money is one of those things that's here today and gone tomorrow.
I think Jocelyn is a true testament to that phrase from Monique. When you do clownery.
I think hers is worse than just clownery. It's a testament to like, here today, gone tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And that's everything. That includes a man. You spent all this time, all these years taunting women about having Stevie J, taunting Mimi, taunting all these other women and shit, and you don't even have them no more. You spent all this time acting like you was famous and your career was blowing up and you was so much better than the cast, and you don't have that
so much more talented.
So much more talented, making so much more money. You're not even doing that no more. You sitting on your couch.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. At the very least, you could have still been getting that love and hip hop check. But you talk to Mona Scott and the rest of the producers and the people on the show so badly that you're not even doing that. You sitting on your couch, girl.
Now, wasn't there rumors that she was supposed to be having a solo show?
And they canceled that shit.
Yeah, they canceled it. I'm gonna tell you when that got canceled. Remember when she was pregnant and she was supposed to have a show about her pregnancy journey, and they ended up just filming a little bit for her baby shower and throwing it into the show last season? Mm-hmm. That was supposed to be a whole spinoff. She was supposed to get that like a 4 or 5 episode show chronicling her pregnancy.
Mm-hmm. And they just condensed it into one episode, which nobody fucking watched.
Yeah, they condensed it. And
yeah, because that's what we got
that season.
That's what we got the I Cannot.
Mm-hmm. Because they made an episode and nobody watched this shit.
That was supposed to be her spinoff show.
Because I remember her being like, "Oh, I'm moving to Miami and I'm gonna get my own show," and I was like,
"Because I'm when we get off here, because I'm gonna tell y'all who argued me down about it, but off here."
Yeah.
Okay.
So before we move into not basketball wise, sorry. Before we move into, matter of fact, this is going to take us into Black Ink Crew Chicago. I just opened my Facebook app and I see a report that says Chief Keef was shot at outside of the West Hotel, W Hotel West.
Yeah, the W Hotel in New York.
New York.
And they saying
this
that
morning
it's not related to the Tekashi mess or whatever. So
So I don't really
let
know
me
who
just
Chief
say
Keef is.
Chief Keef is a rapper from Chicago. He made the song "They Love Soulside." Ain't the name of it? They love Soulside. That's how the nigga sound like Cookie Monster.
I don't
Chief
know
Keef
her.
love Soulside. Ain't that how he sound?
Yeah, it is.
They love Soulside.
I ain't heard none of this.
Cookies. Not
I just love how Curtis is like, I don't know her.
I don't. All I know is I'm looking
But,
at this picture. He looked like Whoopi Goldberg.
But
So.
he's supposedly like a gang member for 300. This gang called 300 in Chicago, and it's a whole little crew of them who also make music. The other guy's name is Lil Reese. They have recently lost 2 members, one to drugs and one to gun violence or whatever. But what I can say is he's not a he's not a rap gangster. He's a he's a real life been indicted on charges before, has been prime suspect in murder cases type of a nigga, right? So he walks the life that he talks about.
Oh, so he like The Wire Chicago.
Probably a little bit worse.
Well, I couldn't think of a show that's worse than The Wire. So The Wire is up there.
Probably a little bit worse. Like they real life live it, but so while we here before we go to Black Ink Chicago, I really hate Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure who that is either.
I really feel like he's a stain on the music industry, and I feel like he's the police because we had no idea who Tekashi 6ix9ine was a year ago. He wasn't making any buzz. He wasn't doing nothing. He didn't even have an Instagram. And this is how I feel like. How can I say this? You know how you could tell when somebody might be like the police or like an industry plant because you go from them not having any social media presence to them being all over social media in a short amount of time. That is Tekashi 6ix9ine because when he first started like making waves, I went to his Instagram and he literally opened up an Instagram last year. That's when his Instagram came to exist, was last year. But what puts a real stain on who he is so Tekashi 6ix9ine was indicted for sexual misconduct with a minor. And what happened was he recorded a 13-year-old girl being gang raped by his friends, and then he uploaded it to YouTube. Like, and it wasn't his YouTube, it was like somebody else's YouTube. He had login information and he uploaded it. And they traced it back to his phone. And you know what his punishment was? He had to get his GED. That he didn't serve a single day in jail for that.
The fuck?
So this is why.
But he's not black, so that is not surprising.
He Mexican. And so this is why I was like, I said last night, I feel like we eventually will find out that Tekashi 6ix9ine is like a state's witness. Because only American white men typically get away with that kind of shit. Like, so I feel like he probably rolled over on everybody. And I also said he starts a lot of this internet shit because he knows it puts a target and a spotlight on the backs of the people he beefing with. Because after me and you get into a public situation on Twitter, a public altercation, we going back and forth, threatening to kill each other and this, that, and third, and you come up dead, they about to come directly to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, he started beefing with Chief Keef and those little violent Chicago niggas, and it's a mess. But
speaking of Chicago,
Black Ink is back. Black Ink Chicago.
And it gave us, Jeremy, tell us what it gave us.
Theater!
Woo!
Because, listen, and this is what we've been missing. I mean, Real House, not Real, what am I talking about? What's it called?
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop has kind of been the most we've been getting, and even that's been mediocre.
Let me
lukewarm.
just say, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Black Ink Chicago should really be the king and queen of the Mona Scott Young empire at this point.
Correct.
Everything else has fallen severely off. And let me just say this. Dear Ryan, welcome back, you bossed up ass nigga.
Yes, indeed.
Like, welcome the fuck back, Ryan Henry.
Yes, God.
Owner, proprietor of 9 Mag and anything 9 Mag related.
Yes.
So,
Gort.
when we saw the preview, so we saw bits and pieces, and then we got the official preview trailer. Baby, listen.
All type of carrying on.
Then we get to the season premiere, and
hit us in the face with
these
theater.
motherfuckers walk in the shop. First of all,
the sign was gone.
Ford walk up to the shop like, "Where's the 9 Mag sign?" He like that shit big as fuck. You can't help but see it. They walk in the shop, anything to say 9 Mag painted over. The shop is looking a whole fucking mess.
In shambles.
Ryan's things are gone. And how Ryan put the cherry on the cake? He put some bullet holes through the walls.
He did. At first I was like, okay, is this for dramatic effect or did somebody really shoot bullets in here? But he admitted that shit later, so
we'll get
Ryan is I think because what we get from reality shows, we don't really typically get like top of the line hood niggas. Like C's from the hood, but C's ain't no hood nigga.
He ain't no real nigga.
Like he just a nigga that grew up poor.
Right.
Like, you could tell C's never been in the streets like that.
To quote Curtis, real quick, the male equivalent, because one of Curtis's famous sayings is that, insert person here ain't no real bitch. For the male equivalent is insert nigga here, he ain't no real nigga.
Correct.
Well, I think C's a real nigga, but he ain't no real street nigga. Let me say that.
That's fair.
He a nigga from the hood. He ain't a nigga that's really been in them streets.
Yeah.
Ryan has told his story before, and which is why he takes tattooing so seriously, because that was basically his way out the streets. And
also, real quick, and I know we'll touch on this a little later, I feel like it was important to remind Ryan to remind people how Black Ink Chicago, how 9 Mag started, and who actually put the money down for this shit, which he did on this opening episode.
Not only that, but who actually takes care of 9 Mag and that shop. Like, it ain't enough to just show up for the cameras and show up to do a tattoo here and there.
Yeah, Ryan talks about his sister Nova frequently, and let me just say, to this day in 2018, the man that killed his sister and his niece is still trying to appeal the murder conviction.
That's crazy.
To this day. And so, but his sister, prior to her passing, gave him the money to open 9 Mag.
Correct.
And so, if we fast forward, we talked about him taking all this shit, shooting up the shop and all that shit. Him and Van meet face to face in a dark parking lot. Van always meeting up with somebody looking like Mary J. fucking Blige.
Yeah.
In a Not Gonna Cry video. Like, boy, fuck you. But Ryan is like, hey, I did that shit. Ain't no more 9 Mag. The lease is up on the shop.
Y'all got a week.
I'm not renewing the lease. Y'all got a week. Y'all
figure it the fuck out since y'all are all bosses.
Ryan said to me, and this is like how you know that they friendship is done. Ryan was like, you went with them hoes over me, and we fucking friends.
Yep.
I mean,
because let me give y'all a little backstory. Because like I said, I've been watching Black Ink Chicago since season 1 when it premiered. Van and Ryan are day ones. Then they brought in 4.
Mm-hmm.
Don got into the mix because that's 4's brother.
Yep.
Don, when 4 became friends with Van and Ryan, Don was in college on a basketball scholarship and he fucked it up. And so then Ryan was like, I don't know, you could come in the shop and do something. I don't know. But we got you, because that's how shit works. Then came Cat. That is the original 9 Mag. Don, 4, Van, Cat, and Ryan. They are from Chicago. Charmaine is a Chicago transplant. If you watch any other seasons, you will see Charmaine is from Baton Rouge or some shit. She from Louisiana somewhere. Danielle is her cousin who is from Chicago. So when Charmaine came to live in Chicago, she came up there and lived with Danielle. And she ended up getting that job in Black Ink through just, I don't know, begging and hoeing like she do. That is how Charmaine, and then Danielle came in, and because Charmaine was working there, and they hired her as the secretary, or like the receptionist, should I say.
Yeah.
That is the origins of Black Ink. So when Van got his big, fat, funky, ham bone built ass out of jail and came and sided with outsiders, like that nigga was letting Ryan know right then and there he didn't give a fuck about their friendship.
Right. Like, it would be one thing if Van was like, okay, bro, like, you were kind of in the wrong for that shit with Cat, how you moved about it, but I'm not going to abandon you and go to their side instead of yours. Like, nah, fuck Van.
Well, the part that's really crazy to me is, like, let's rewind a little bit. I don't know how many seasons y'all watched, but, like, I want to say the first or second season, when Cat really started blowing up, Van wanted Ryan to fire Cat.
Spicy.
Because Cat was doing tattoo conventions without them. And she was calling herself Cat Tat. And they all showed up at the convention and was like, who the fuck is Cat Tat? Why don't you have a 9 Mag banner up? Ooh. And they was like, if you don't represent 9 Mag, then you don't need to fucking be in this shop.
Boys, Candace be having the receipts.
Listen.
Oh yeah. No, me.
She got a filing cabinet just full of receipts.
No, me.
She got a shoebox collection full of receipts.
Correct. And the season before last season, because this is season 4, right? So season 2 again, was it season 2? Season 2 when when Cat beat up Charmaine. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm. Now that I do remember.
Yeah, I remember.
They was beefing. They was beefing before all this. So before last season, nobody had no real rap for Cat, which is why she ran to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan was the one like, yo, y'all don't gotta be doing Cat like this, because this wasn't also the first time Ryan and Cat fell out, because Ryan did have an issue when she was calling herself Cat Tat versus, maybe Cat Tat from 9 Mag Tattoo Shop.
Right.
Like, he was like, you doing your own thing. You not here representing for 9 Mag. Then why are you here? If you don't want to be here, then you got to get out 9 Mag. And Cat eventually ended up running off to LA. And everybody was, because second season, remember Charmaine threw all her tattoo and shit in the trash?
Mm-hmm.
And she got beat the fuck up.
Yeah, she did.
So that's why I was like, last season, I was like, y'all doing a lot of fucking performing on Cat's behalf when most of y'all haven't been rocking with Cat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Four wasn't rocking with Cat because they fucked and broke up because Cat got in her feelings.
And Nikki beat her the fuck up.
I don't feel sorry for 4. Like, 4 is a spit straddling ass nigga.
Yeah, because
Jeremy over there sounding like an
Jeremy,
Autobot.
you sounding like an Autobot. What you say?
Oh well, shit. Let me refresh. Y'all continue. Let me
You
refresh.
good now? You
Yeah,
good?
you good.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. No, I was saying that Four was kind of one of them niggas. Like, I mean, I know that y'all kind of full of shit when it comes to cat, but I'ma stay out of it because I don't want no problems. It's like Four, you can call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Yeah, same thing with Don. It was like a lot of y'all, like they pretty much sat back and watched Van, Charmaine, and Danielle really disrespect the fuck out of
Yeah.
Ryan and
mm-hmm.
not say nothing.
Right.
If we co-workers and you fucking up my money, I'm finna check you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
But not only just fucking up the money, but you fucking up the vibe of the shop because it ain't like we all in cubicles and shit. Like y'all sit around shooting the shit. Y'all lives are so intertwined. So for y'all to just sit there, and I'm glad you gave that backstory because I felt differently about it at first. But now that I know all of now that I've sipped from the tea,
yeah.
from the Bud Light can of tea, I'm like, Don and Four, good luck. That's all I
Yeah.
got for y'all.
Yeah, Don and Ford was like some day ones in the shop. So for them to be constantly sitting back being quiet, like nobody makes history who don't rock the boat when the boat need to be rocked.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you gonna solidify your spot in history, if you gonna solidify your spot in a situation, you can't just be in the middle of the road coasting, watching dumb shit happen.
Right.
You gotta say something. You gotta speak up. And so, because the whole cast did it. Even Cobra being quiet because she don't want them ganging up on her.
Yeah.
Junior being quiet because he trying to fuck. Lily
right. His pussy whipped ass.
Lily is just
Girl,
crazy.
Lily, girl, fuck you.
Yeah.
I need my fucking job. Shut
Lily
up,
just
bitch. You wasn't
trash.
tattooing when the shop was open. You was getting drunk, fucking, and throwing up.
All right. That's why the cartels want to beat you the fuck up now.
Well.
But when Ryan spoke to Van and told him they had a week to figure this shit out, my soul lifted out my
Oh, I
body.
felt y'all know, basically, especially after what I went through this week. I felt it was like a kindred spirit because I didn't watch it until like yesterday, or like overnight Thursday into Friday, and that's real. Like sometimes you gotta walk away from motherfuckers that are just not adding
That,
anything to your life.
that's our good word for the week is stop feeling obligated to be there for people who don't give a fuck about you.
Yep. Who are not and have not been there for you. Or
They
even
will
if
not.
they've been there for you in the past, but that shit changed at some point and you can't depend on them now. I saw somebody put that on Facebook. They was like, if I can't depend on you, then don't depend on me.
Real.
With
Real.
100 emoji.
And it's not even about I'm gonna do something for you only because I'm gonna expect you to do something in return. Let me tell y'all something about friendship. Friendship is y'all knowing that y'all got each other's back regardless.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know if Curtis come to me and say, "Hey, I need $100," and I give it to him, I'm not doing it because I expect him to do something back. I'm doing it because I know one, he's not gonna ask me unless he really need it. Two, if I ever needed it and he got it, I know it's as good as mine.
Right.
Correct.
And that's just what my friendship is with my friends. I got you, you got me, we got each other. Nobody gonna starve amongst our circle. And so when Ryan saw that they was willing to let him starve and be nailed to the cross, he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gone.
Yeah.
What I'm staying here for?
Right.
I ain't got nothing for you.
Exactly.
I'm good." And so, and let me explain this because I got a lot of questions about it when it aired. When Black Ink is filming, and this is Chicago and New York, Big Fish Entertainment covers the cost of operating those shops, which is why for New York, we did not see them go knee deep into the Atlanta shop. We never see them knee deep into that 125th shop because they are not willing to cover the operating costs for all C shops. So they focus on the original, which is 113th.
Okay.
When they're filming, they pay the lease, they pay all the operating expenses, and then they cut the checks to the cast members as well. With that being said, in those contracts, Cease and Ryan can't fire anybody during the show. When they hire new people, this Big Fish has to approve the new hires. But they can't get rid of anybody. So that's why, like, no matter how much Donna been fired, the bitch always pop back up. No matter how much oh shit be fired, he always pop back up. The only reason oh shit really left is because he told them he was going to rehab and he just never really went. But Ryan can't fire anybody during the show. But when the lease on the shop came up, Ryan opted, I'm pretty sure Ryan reworked his contract with Big Fish. And funny enough, for as much as they shit on Ryan, he reworked their contract so that they could open that shop back up under another name, which is where the Loyalty Inc. shit came from, because we was all confused in the group chat, like, what the fuck is Loyalty Inc.?
Right.
Loyalty Inc. is the old Nine Mag.
It's in the same building, the same
building,
space.
Same space, new name, and maybe Van and for a couple of those people are leasing it together, and Big Fish is paying for it while they're filming.
Yep.
Ryan owns he owns all the copyrights and such to the name Nine Mag Tattoos. He took his brand and he bounced. And in the previews, because not much happened. Well, we about to get to Ashley and Dom, but in terms of Nine Mag Tattoos, Ryan in the previews, Ryan has found a whole nother location for Nine Mag. In the previews, we see him talking to what look like some fine ass old niggas, and they telling him, "Shit, you made one Nine Mag, make another one. What's up?"
Yep.
So, and then we see them at a tattoo convention in the previews.
Yeah. We see them talking to C's black ass.
This where we roll out Loyalty Inc. We see C's there, and we see Ryan there with a whole new group of tattoo artists under Nine Mag umbrella.
A whole new crew that looks better than his old crew, might I add.
Yes. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all saw, but didn't I put in the group chat that horrible tattoo that Van did? Talking about something about being artsy or unique or some shit like that. Anyways, yeah. So that's what's in the previews. And Ryan and Rachel are still together. Ryan bought Rachel a Mercedes for Mother's Day.
I bet he did.
Rachel, indeed.
Yeah.
I bet he did.
Ryan and Rachel are still together. T on the Chicago streets is that baby that Rachel has with Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a deadbeat father. That's the T. That's the T from people in Chicago.
That's not surprising.
He's a deadbeat dad. And
he a deadbeat singer too, but that's not
right. You know Ryan fine as hell when he look good with gel braids or that James Brown afro.
Ooh, you took the shit out of my anyway.
That is a fine ass man. Like he is. But I am not surprised because he has really gorgeous parents.
Listen, his mama is stunning.
That bitch. That is a beautiful woman. I'm talking about his mom is beautiful. Like, I swear, like, in her second life, she should have been a runway model. She got the bone structure. She got the body. She everything.
Definitely like a classic beauty.
Yeah, she is classically beautiful. And his daddy is very attractive as well. His dad is not black. His dad is some type of Hispanic.
Yeah, some kind of Latino.
Yeah. I mean, he still might be black, but
he might be black, but I mean, he's not like
100%. But he not from Wakanda. Got it.
Yeah, he's not from Wakanda, but he's not a black American. He might be like black Cuban or something
Haitian
like
or some
that.
shit. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, but the next thing is
But what before we get into that, and a testament to Ryan's character, because despite everything that's happening on social media, Ryan has been big up in Loyalty Inc. on his social media.
He's
He's
been
been
promoting
promoting it.
Let me tell you what I appreciated Ryan doing, and this is what a lot of people need to learn how to do. If in a situation people keep saying you are the problem, instead of fighting to prove you're not the problem, remove yourself and watch what happens.
Yep.
Ryan has removed himself from the equation and allowed them the space and opportunity to be the bosses that they feel they are.
Correct. And I love it.
Keyword feel, because
well, yeah, we'll see how the season
we
rolls out, but
we know what happens, and based on them previews, the motherfuckers fighting like cats and dogs all fucking season long.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ryan just living his best life.
Ryan living his best life with his new employees and the new 9 Mag, and Lily is over there beating everybody the fuck up.
Everybody.
Lily gonna beat up Danielle, then she gonna turn around and beat Charmaine ass in the club. Like, Lily is just over there whooping ass and taking names.
You know how bad you got to be beat the fuck up by a bitch that look like she always funky.
But that's not really no accomplishment, because we already know Danielle
and Charmaine, they ain't no real bitches. They don't have no hands.
Yeah, they ain't got no hands.
We already know they can't fight, because they let Cat beat them the fuck up.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to go back and find that, because I'm like, how y'all get beat up by Cat?
Yeah, the only one on that show that probably really got hands is Nikki.
Yeah,
she got hands on deck.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nikki, so in the beginning, we can run through the rest of the episode now. Ooh, Candace be having all of the motherfucking backstory and tea.
Right.
Ooh, I feel fulfilled. Anyway,
I shows up to show out for my
yes,
friend.
you does.
Yes,
so
you do.
In the little montage in the beginning before they really get into the show, I really appreciated that they continuously panned to Nikki's ass when she was in there with 4.
That was not lost on me.
But why did they have that tacky ass koi pond in that condo?
I was about to ask.
I was like, what the fuck?
I also went like, how the fuck did they get that in there?
How did they get it in there? Like, how is it being powered? Like, how is it? How and why? I don't. That shit was tacky as fuck.
I really was trying to figure out the purpose of having a koi pond in an apartment.
In a condo, like, or apartment or whatever that shit. Like, you are like 93 stories up. Why y'all got this koi pond in here?
Yeah, that shit.
Like, get you a little handheld waterfall and call it a fucking day.
I had questions. I had
questions.
I'm so glad that you brought that up before we talk about Don and Ashley.
Oh yeah, well we're gonna say that for last, because there was a lot going on there. So before we get there, Charmaine and Lily, y'all are weird as fuck. Like, why y'all inviting y'all coworkers over to cook and y'all got y'all titties out? I just
well, you know, they some goofies, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, y'all are some bozos.
I was so glad Van big back ass.
Listen, I was like, if this motherfucker take this hoodie off, I'm turning this shit off, and I'm gonna text the group and be like, I tried and I can't do it. I refuse. I the fuck refuse. Van looked like a big ass brisket. I refuse to see a brisket in an apron trying to cook. I don't deserve that. Okay? I'm a good person. I do my best with people. I try to be nice. I do have a mean streak. I will admit that. I can be petty. I do hold a grudge, but I work on it, and I'm nice. I don't deserve to see Van with no shirt on.
Nobody. That was amazing, Curtis. Nobody deserved to see a brisket with B cups. Nobody deserves that.
We don't deserve that. Like,
and I'm not standing for it.
I'm not standing. Like, Van, you know what, Van looked like a big old, like, oversized piece of ciabatta bread.
He looked like a swollen ankle.
He is a swollen ankle. What you talking about?
If you roll your ankle and it just swell up real bad. He looked like a knee with fluid on it.
A knee with fluid.
On
Never changed
it.
again.
You know what Van looked like? Van looked like a decorative pillow if it was like filled with gumbo or something.
Gumbo.
Anyway,
All
I
accurate.
don't. That
Oh,
shit was weird. I didn't like it. And Charmaine does the most. Like she get on my.
it's just
I'm,
such a
Charmaine, kick my ass. First of all, one of my notes for Charmaine was that, baby, you need to find the right products for your natural hair.
yes,
yeah.
yes, because
I
you out
like
here looking the fuck
I'm
stupid.
all and listen, I love natural hair. I've gone natural. I'm completely natural. But baby,
Me too.
Charmaine, that shit looked like wildfire. It looked like hay.
Brush
Like
fire.
it just looked dry.
Look like some
It looked
It looked like the grains when they be in them commercials, like Cheerios commercial. It's made with whole grains. That's what her shit look like.
hay in the castle of Winterfell or some shit.
Like, get it the fuck together. And I'm like, for you to proclaim to be such a bad bitch, you are so horribly put together. I don't get it.
tacky.
Tacky.
Tacky
Speaking
bitch.
of tacky, because when they had that, what was that event? What was it called? Big Jam. When they had the Big Jam thing, and she was dressed like she was about to go perform during halftime at a HBCU football game. I'm like, what are you wearing? Like, just
I will say that Charmaine does the radio stuff. She is really good at that.
you know what? I agree, and I'm like, honestly, you need to leave the non-mag shit alone because that's not your calling. Like, your calling is
I think
clearly.
it sounded like she was saying that the radio shit is only on the weekend.
Yeah, it's
so
temporary. It's
part time. So I'm hoping as time goes on, Charmaine gets her own show more like during the week because she's really good at the radio thing. She does have the spunk and the type of personality and the voice for radio. Like she doesn't sound bad to me, but in terms of her style and shit and what she does on Black Ink, I could do without. I could do without that.
Yeah, like it's not helping your brand, sis.
At all.
To be constantly drunk and turning up and just looking the fuck stupid.
But
what else? Is there anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, what's Van's girl name? I forgot. Jen started doing a little bit too much for my liking when it came to non-mag stuff.
She wants a storyline in the chat.
Yeah, because I'm like, you doing a lot right now, sis. Like you've been on the fringe.
You know, like the extras, the people associated with the main cast, they only get paid by appearance per show.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like I'm thinking she's like doing the most to try to get them appearance checks up.
She need to though, because Van sucks at tattoos, so he can't be making a lot of money from that. So shit.
Not that her hair, her bang is always fucking road tight. It's time for her to get to a beautician. It's time for her to go sit in Nikki's chair. She can't afford Nikki because Nikki wigs and shit is the bomb. But she needs to get her money up to get that hair together because that shit. She got them old Mahalia Jackson curls. Spiritual curls.
Cicely Tyson and family reunion ass curl.
Now Cicely Tyson hair be laid.
Yeah, it do. It do.
So
the last thing is
Don and Ashley.
Don and Ashley.
You know, let me say this.
Don is,
you know, because and they rolled the bean footage back on the episode. It's just, you know, I forgot how much Don been cheating on Ashley until they rolled the footage back on the episode. It's like
Don been cheating on Ashley for forever, but
right.
So the womanist in me is like, this nigga trash. The realist in me is like, looking at how Ashley has always carried on the show, it's like, well, if he cheats, he cheats. Because that
What Curtis
is
call
just
her fake
how
ass major parts?
She is.
Yeah.
that is just how insufferable Ashley has
Yeah.
been on all the seasons of the show. And one thing is this, because me and Mike had like a long conversation about it and stuff, and it's like, why are you getting with somebody who doesn't feel like there's a risk of losing you should they carry on the way Don carries on?
Mm-hmm.
And he said it, in big ups to Mike, because sometimes he is a decent person. But he was like, when it comes to our relationship, our family, our child, nothing is worth risking that. Why are you married to a man that doesn't think like that about you, Ashley?
Yep.
Yeah.
And showed you that even before y'all got married, and you married him anyway.
He had a whole baby on you before y'all got married. And not even the Charmaine shit, because it's just like, it's Charmaine. And, looking at the history, Charmaine was, if you like go back to something like the first season, I think it was the first season when Charmaine and Don fucked each other. Charmaine was slingshotting the pussy at Don. Like, he'd be trying to get away from Charmaine, and she sneak in the bathroom while he in the bathroom and shit like that. So I look at that and I'm like, it took two to tango, which is why Ashley was on her ass, because Charmaine was doing a lot in that situation too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the shit, he had a whole baby on you. You accepting, you love this baby. This baby come to your house, you treat her like your own. Like, there's a lot of good things with Ashley. Well, Ashley is a good mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me say that. I ain't gonna say a lot of good things. Ashley is a good mother. Ashley has never penalized Don's outside baby because of Don and the mama.
Yeah.
But
however, when it comes to that relationship and being a wife,
she carries on like she is the only person that matters in that marriage.
Yeah. I was gonna say she strikes me as one of them people that feels like marriage equals ownership, a relationship equals ownership.
She does. She carries on like she owns Don. She carries on like she runs him. She carries on like he does not matter in the marriage.
It's all about her.
It's all about her, and them kids. And the thing is,
to be honest, go ahead, Candace.
No, just saying, like, being still kind of in the newlywed phase, you cannot carry on like that. Like, it just is impossible and like, even if you're not married, it's impossible for anybody to be happy in any type of relationship when they feel like they don't matter.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, I wonder, I mean, I'm no psychologist or anything like that, but I wonder if that adds a little bit to Don, like he like rebels against that, and that's why he always, or I won't say why, but it could be a contributing factor to why he always doing the shit that he does, because he don't know how to just walk away. But his feelings about the way she treats him in that marriage, it just manifests in cheating. Now, that's not to say that he just not a trash ass nigga that's out here cheating.
Yeah,
but I do think that that's a situation where there's probably more than meets the eye.
I do as well. So you know what, you're absolutely right. I feel like one of the things is like, so in a people talk about how important sex is in a relationship, and if your partner not fucking you, somebody else will, and blah blah blah. But I'm learning that while sex is a major key in a relationship, when a person has emotionally checked out, or they don't feel like they matter, or their happiness is a priority in the situation, I feel like that will lead you to somebody else faster than not having a lot of sex all the time will.
Correct. Because, and I want to see if y'all agree with this assessment, but when the scene when they got together and they were arguing and everything, nothing about that from Don struck me as I want my wife back. everything in that struck me as I don't want to lose my family.
Mm-hmm.
Wife is optional.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, it did not feel like he was like, I want you, Ashley, back. He was like, I just don't want to have a fucked up situation with my
I don't
kids.
want my kids taken away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and so to me, that was a clear sign that he had been checked out of that marriage. Like something happened between.
I don't think he wanted to get married.
I was, but you know what? That was formulating in my head while I was talking. I was like, if we double back to it, I mean, because to me, it looked like you ain't never really wanted to be with Ashley. It just feels like maybe you were succumbing to societal pressures or people around you, and you went ahead and married her. But I've never gotten that Don truly wants to be with her. Like, yeah, I mean, every now and then it's cool to fuck her or whatever. But
I think he cares about her.
Yeah.
I think their relationship it's had its good moments.
Yeah.
But I think overall, a lot of his staying is so that she doesn't try to use the kids as collateral against him.
Correct.
So because when the news broke that Ashley finally had found, because remember we've been knew she knew.
Yeah.
Because they made he did the big apology on Instagram and blah,
I mean, not
blah,
only
blah.
that, but shit, we saw it in real time when the shit happened.
I saw the video in real time.
Yeah, we all saw that lit ass Snapchat sex.
And then like I feel like he's still saying and lying and doing things.
Oh, he was absolutely lying.
From holding those kids from him because he's like, it's just a weak ass one night stand. Baby, I ain't never seen no one night stand that included handcuffs, whipped cream, ball gags.
That didn't include money exchanging hands.
Exactly. And so Ashley said that she spoke to the girl, and the girl said that they have been messing around for over a year, and I can absolutely believe that.
Yeah. Same. Yeah, because we saw the text messages that she was getting from the girl. Like she showed that on the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I absolutely.
But not only that, I mean, Dom wasn't even believable though. Like anybody with ears that could hear him or eyes that could see him were like, this nigga lying.
Right.
Like he was absolutely lying. But he just he love his kids. He don't want his kids taken away. But that's why I said like kids are absolute yes, wife optional.
Like, like even in his Instagram apology and shit, when like the shit broke, and he was just like, you know, I just need to work on being a better me. That nigga wasn't like, I need to work on getting my wife back. He was like, I just need to work on, you know, repairing my family, making sure my kids is good, getting myself together so I could, you know, stop doing this kind of shit or whatever. But that nigga was like, I want my wife back.
I mean, to be honest, when you start putting all the pieces together, it almost looked like he did the shit with the intended effect of ending that marriage because it just, I don't know.
If you use Snapchat enough, like, you know, it's pretty hard to upload a video and preview it, and
it's a whole lot of tapping you got to do to get a video on Snapchat
that you didn't record on Snapchat.
Like it ain't no accidental. And the thing is, like, you enjoying having sex with this, like, why are you even trying to film it with Snapchat? Like, why you don't just use your camera?
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, that could be like a niggy conspiracy theory, a niggy theory. But I don't know. It just, when I'm looking at everything objectively from the outside looking in, I'm like, I wonder if it was a thing where it's like you've been fucking this woman for a year and now you finally be like, I mean,
I'm not even being funny, but I feel like that's his girl. That woman was his girlfriend.
Yeah, and I'm like, and it was just this is what I'm gonna do to get out of this marriage. Like he knew the risk and took it.
If we was to get all of the details on that relationship with that woman, I guarantee you they was carrying a full relationship that was way more than sex.
Yeah, and and to be honest, I wonder if he didn't already have the idea in his head to get out of that marriage. But remember, Ashley basically tricked him into getting her pregnant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think they were having problems, and she knew that he had already checked out, and she tried to have that baby to try to save that marriage, and it backfired.
Honestly, I'm wondering how performative it is. Now that we talking about it, like if Big Fish had them spin it this way for the show and for the ratings and shit, because I feel like she been knew about that woman.
So I agree, because I had that in my notes when they were in that hotel room and she was struggling to get them tears out. I was like, to me, this is somebody that's already cried all their tears. And now you sitting up here trying to wring yourself out like a sponge to get a few more out, and it ain't work. I was like, you've already cried over this nigga. You've already cried over this marriage. But the filming of the show got to catch up to your real life narrative that's already happened. Because we definitely weren't seeing the breakdown of that marriage and everything in real time. Maybe that conversation that they had at the house, but everything before that, nah. She had already processed that shit. That's why she was struggling to cry. And also, in that hotel room, them wigs, sis, whoever that was in there with her, that wig was fucking awful.
I think it was her cousin, I think.
And Ashley, her storm wig and her confessional, fucking terrible.
Trash, absolute trash.
Whew. Yeah, I was like, it's sad, but I was like, I can see you struggling to cry those tears. Like, and it's not like, because not everybody cries real actual wet tears when they upset. But the whole thing, like, you could tell, like, she was putting on. It wasn't naturally, I'm upset as fuck and I'm crying. Maybe it's dry crying, maybe it's waterworks. It was like, I'm doing everything in my power to get this tear to squeeze out. And them tears were like, girl, you dehydrated. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, Dawn. I mean, but Dawn fine. I would fuck. Anyway.
That's it, ain't
it?
Yeah, that's pretty much. So the preview, there's a lot going on. I wonder if 4 and Nikki gonna make it, because it looked like they get into some shit later on in the season.
It looked like Jen is cheating on Van.
It looked like Jen is cheating on Van. We know Lily beating people up or beating up Charmaine and Danielle, which, I mean, they easy targets.
Danielle and Terrence got engaged while they were off, when the season ended, but he cheated on her. So
oh shit! Oh yeah. You're right. So that's enough. But I'm more interested and curious to see this dual shop thing that's about to go on with Ryan's shop and then these motherfuckers, because I know this is about to be like the Motley fucking crew of them trying to get this shop together. And we all know if Big Fish didn't step in and help them, they would be scattered in the wind, because none of them have enough common fucking sense to be able to run that shop with all the legalities and everything that are involved. All of them idiots.
Yeah,
ain't no way.
Preview and what I'm saying, this may change. This, like I said, it's just an early prediction. It may be a situation where they're gonna like juxtapose, like, oh, here goes Ryan's shop, and it's run pretty well, and he living his best life. And then over here we have the Remains, and they over here looking to fuck stupid. And
to be honest, I wonder if this is like a path that Big Fish is happy about and they're going to exploit. Because if you think about it, like, that's a good way to refresh the series. Like, now we're going to have 2 shops going on at the same time. And maybe it's a little bit of a rivalry. Maybe it's not. But I'm excited to see 2 shops on the same show and see how that works.
Yeah.
But New York is such a hot mess, they wouldn't be able to do that with New York.
Caesar was so mad at Puma that he really wouldn't allow those 2 shops to coexist.
Right.
Because I liked Puma and Sassy. And I like Puma, and I never had beef with Puma except for the fact that no beef with Puma. A lot of his and C's falling out was Duchess.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like, and then they showed C's at the convention. Like once you cross that line, ain't no going back.
Ryan was like,
Who
okay.
cares? Ryan's like, so.
Well, like I don't need them to get where I need. Like, and that's the thing that none of them realize. And I'm glad. I'm glad that Ryan separated himself because it ain't nothing worse than being around some motherfuckers that swear up and down that the reason why you are where you are and got what you got is because of them. When nothing could be farther from the truth.
Yep.
So
I be on Ryan's page a lot on Instagram, and Ryan is an amazing tattoo artist.
He really is. Like I be looking at them tattoos like this nigga. I
the
kind of want to
way-
get one from him,
The
but I know I
way
can't
that
afford it.
Ryan promotes his brand is like nothing other people in the shop was doing. Like he got a post, and it was like the post say like he's like, I have openings. He was like, so call or email for an appointment. It's always openings. Even when the schedule is full, don't think I won't get you in because I will. Like he hit the way
he's serious about his business.
Yeah, the way that he and Rachel promote Nine Mag, like it's a reason why he was making money and the rest of them wasn't. How you screaming you a tattoo artist? I'm at conventions, but you don't want to go to the conventions. You don't want to go to no tattoo conventions. Like I'm dead ass. Like the convention that's gonna be coming up this season. This the first convention you gonna see Ford and Van at as tattoo artists. Ryan was at tattoo conventions all last season.
Yeah,
because that's when the shit happened when Charmaine and Danielle bullied the new receptionist out. That shit happened while he was at a convention. It was him and Jet and Junior.
And that's how he reconnected with Cobra, and Cobra came back to the shop.
Correct.
Because they was at that convention.
Yeah. Yep. So
because Cobra, Ryan, and Junior were the only ones in that shop that could tattoo her for damn.
Yep. Now I will say I was slightly surprised that he didn't ring nobody's line from the shop, but at the same time I get it because it's like when you done, you done. Again, this week has shown me like when you done, you done, and it gets to a point where it's like you know what, you don't owe nobody nothing anymore. Like that sometimes it can be finite, especially when you in a situation that's one-sided.
Correct.
So I don't blame Ryan, and I'm glad he got away from that shit because it was toxic. I'm glad he getting away from Cat because clearly he can't help himself when it come to Cat. Y'all just need to not be around each other.
Yeah.
You know, Cat pull down the blinds on them gums. Hightail it back to LA and make it work with that high ass rent out there. I don't know what you're going. I mean, Cat is an amazing tattoo artist too, so she should be able to make it.
Right.
She just got to make sure she find a spot that's not going to try to take advantage of her and raise her rent 2 times every time the lease is up.
Right.
But anyway, I think that's it for Black Ink Crew. I'm
and before we go, I was just doing some digging around.
So
Ford and Ryan is still cool. And this on 4 page, it says not everyone gonna agree with you or see shit your way, bro, and that's fine. It's fucked up on the business end, and it'll probably never go back to the way it is. But business is business, and at the end of it all, you still one of my best friends and my brothers, regardless of the situation. Nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes as men, and all we can do is learn from it. If it's not law, if it's what do you say? Learn from it. It's not a loss. It's a lesson here to say it'll work itself out. We always brothers. So yeah, they still cool, but I like on the business end, Ryan got to do what he got to do for his family.
Yep. Right. And for his sanity.
Yeah.
Shit. So yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens. We'll see what Don do.
We will see. Also, go ahead, Kurt.
I was just gonna say, see if he, ramp up his piercing and shit that he do, because I forgot about that till just now. Anyway, go ahead, Jeremy.
No, I was gonna say, and I know it's small on the scale of how trash them niggas are, or were to Ryan, but Loyalty Inc. Lane. I don't like the name. Sorry.
Yes,
it's corny.
It's corny as hell, especially from a bunch of disloyal ass bitch ass
niggas. Okay, like a self drag if I ever seen one.
Yeah. Like y'all don't even know what the fuck loyalty mean. Like, because, and And I'm glad you brought that up because I had this thought earlier and I meant to put it in the group chat, but I fell asleep because sleep is life.
Correct.
This whole idea of loyalty, like y'all don't want true loyalty. What you want, blind loyalty. You want people to rock with you and be yes men no matter what you do or say. And that's not what loyalty is. I mean, that's a form of loyalty, but like I said, that's blind loyalty.
It's toxic loyalty.
It's correct. Toxic loyalty, because them motherfuckers in that shop, like y'all can't even admit how trash y'all were to Ryan. And that he might have a reason to not want to fuck with y'all. Y'all feel like it don't matter what go on, we supposed to be loyal to each other, so I can treat you like however I want to treat you, talk to you however I want to talk to you, throw shit in your face, bring up drama, all kinds of shit, and you never supposed to waver because that's what loyalty is. And it's like loyalty, first of all, true loyalty is a two-way street. That means I'm loyal to you, you loyal to me, but it also means you not taking advantage of the fact that I'm loyal.
Accountability is loyalty.
Right. You not mistreating me in the vein that it don't matter because we loyal to each other. So, and that's why that shit, like on social media and everybody always hollering about loyalty. And it's like, do you really want loyalty or you just want somebody to blindly follow whatever you say and whatever you do? Check yourself, beloveds.
You take what you mean.
Don't know what loyalty is. You don't truly know what it is. You have a very skewed idea because that's what y'all want. Y'all want skewed loyalty. You want somebody loyal to you while you're not offering the same thing or while you taking advantage of it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you so much.
So that's it. We've been talking for a long fucking time. This is a long episode, but it's a lot that went on this past week.
It needed to be discussed.
And y'all didn't even get into Drake and Pusha, and I say y'all because I don't care.
We might. You know what? I want to come back to it next week when we see if Drake releases anything.
Yeah, I mean, I still won't care next week either.
By then, the shop will be closed on him being able to have any form of a rebuttal. And then we can just, rightfully call him the loser in this battle. But
also, fuck Kanye West, still and forever. Fuck y'all that's listening to his album that was skewering him just a few weeks ago or a week ago, but still want to turn around and listen to his album. Fuck all that shit. Like, I'm over it. Kanye can go to hell.
Indeed.
And that's it.
So that is it for us.
I'm proud of myself. I was well behaved on this episode. I didn't say anything that's going to be a show title.
Not so fast.
That's growth.
Not so fast.
What you mean, not so fast?
I got at least 3 things you said that I don't wrote down that might be the show title.
Nigga, fuck you. This was the Candace show. Fuck you. Okay.
This was chilling. I was just bringing up. I was just running down the receipts today, and going through the historical checks. I wasn't really that bad today.
Yeah, I mean, it was just this hashtag content because it was a lot to get through. Like I didn't even realize until we started getting into it.
Yeah, but I think we did a good job covering it this week. Like,
correct.
We really stayed on our path.
Yeah.
Bringing y'all the ratchet ramblings.
Yeah, maybe next week we won't have so much pop culture stuff, but again, some of that like Princess Love and like some of that related directly to shows that we cover. So
correct.
Actually, a good chunk of it. So I think that's it for this week. It's a long one, but y'all at work, it's gonna help y'all day go by a little bit quicker. So you're welcome.
Right. So with that, we're gonna get out of here. Make sure you again using the hashtag Ratchet Ramblers Pod. We're discussing the show. Thank you for everyone that supports us, that retweets the links when the shows go out. Make sure you are listening to Crown and Collars with me and Bianca. Make sure you're listening to Gay Side Stories with Curtis.
Leave us some 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts.
No 1-star wolves, please. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's about it. And Curtis, take us out with a benediction.
This week's benediction is "Thou shalt not be high and mighty when thou's weak." Is from 1998. We looking at you, Karen.
Your wig is telling the story, baby.
The wig does not lie. The wig does not lie.
It's all in the wig.
It's that might be the show title too.
All in the wigs work. All in the wigs work. This wigs work.
All right. And with that, we are out, y'all. Bye.
Peace.